Welcome back to Watching the Throne on the Late Night Chat Network, your first stop for pop culture talk. This is episode 104. All right, welcome back, everybody. What's going on, guys?
Hello. I have a question for all of our followers and for Nico. Would you like more impromptu dance sequences to open the show with? Let us know. Jay and I can coordinate something. We're really vibing, really feeling it. Let me know. Put it in the chat.
You really
downloaded Duolingo. I'm getting ready.
The Duolingo.
Yes, Karini.
Oh my god.
Daor.
Oh my god, nerds! No, you were doing a really good job there. I you continue the dancing, please. It's just unfortunately my focus. I'm trying to play the music and all this other stuff, but I saw what you were up to there. You're doing a good job. There you go. Oh, what did she say here? Yeah, there you go. Interpretive dance number. Yeah. She's doing
I saw Jake doing it. I was like, okay, maybe this is the new vibe for season 3. I don't know. Like, let's just get into it.
I mean, we already got some takers there. I think you should continue on. and then we open up the show after the dancing with, like you saying, speaking just high Valerian.
Fuck people right up for the start.
That'll be the last season. I dare you guys to learn it all for the last season there, the next one.
Challenge accepted. We have like 8 years till the next season. So no worries.
Yeah. And maybe we can do the whole intro in high Valerian.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
We really should.
That's my name for next episode.
You really should bust out some costumes one of these days. I need to come on with an eye patch and stuff like that. Like Christina said, that was her chance last week because she didn't.
Well, I got every week. All I got to do is put a metal helmet on my head, and I can be any one of those guys.
You got the beard for it. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm your host Nico, and you may call me your Grace for this episode. Then we got JT, aka Damon, in the house here, always representing, and Christina, thick of waist, thick with all those C's and K's there. Thick of waist, which we'll get into that woman that was mentioned this episode as well later on. But
or you could just call me Thick.
Oh, there you go. Thick for short. Yeah. I'm surprised you used the K though. I thought you were just supposed to put a bunch of C's and then call it a day.
Well, there's different variations. I don't know. I'm just trying to be as literate as possible.
You're trying to be Game of Thrones proper.
I tried the Beyonce way. I just didn't know what the people want. People tell me what you want. I don't know.
Yeah, Sasha Fierce over here. All right, everybody. So that's her alter ego. You know that, right, Jay? You're part of the Beehive. All right. Anyways, this isn't a Beyonce
show. Fucking lost.
She does country now, bro. Come on, that's your shit. You love it. But anyways, guys, this is our House of the Dragon review overview show, and just basically all out Game of Thrones conversation show where we talk about the series and news sometimes. And we've done every single episode of all the seasons of this show and its spinoffs and everything so far. He wishes to be part of the Beehive. Yeah, there you go. Today's episode that we're going to be talking about, this is episode 104 of Watching the Throne. Today's episode of House of the Dragon is season 3, episode 5, Unbowed and Unbent. And yeah, what'd you guys think of this one?
Go ahead, Christine.
Can I be completely honest with you guys?
Never.
Did you not watch
this
it
episode one time? No, I did. I watched it. Of course I watched it. But I only watched it one time. And my reaction was, when are we going to get to the good stuff again? Like, when are we going to get to the good stuff? I know, like, I don't know. Now I'm like shooting myself in the foot because I know in like episode 1 and 2, I was just like, yeah, I'm good if they give us some filler episodes. No biggie. Like, it's fine. No. Like, it's time. Like, it's time. That's my reaction.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, look at this. This is very nice, Ashley. Thank you. Wait, I just wanted to say this become my favorite part of the week. Enjoy you guys, your 5 and your
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley. We appreciate it.
500 gold dragons for you.
I mean, that's especially nice to say about me and JT. We know your friends, Christina, right? Like we know you. It's no surprise you enjoy Christina on this show, but the fact that you enjoy all of us together here, it's nice to hear. Thank you.
Maybe it isn't enjoying Christina. Maybe she's enjoying us, bro.
She said she enjoys all of us. Okay.
Shut Christine down right now.
There you go. You're stroking this guy's ego too much. Calm down. JT's head is somehow it's going to get even bigger because of that comments. I don't know how that's possible. It's not going to be able to fit on the screen. We're gonna have to make it a square again, bro. Not of that circle. There you go. Well, that's nice. Thank you. We do our best.
We try.
This week was tough. To Christina's point, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to sit here and say it was boring or that I didn't like it. It was fine. I mean, listen, they've built up enough goodwill for me this season so far. I'm not ready to turn my back completely. Like Christina with her comment hating on this episode. But, listen, I agree. It was, again, like between, we said comparatively last episode would have been the best. The least favorite of the 4 so far in terms of ratings. And then this one is kind of like, honestly, just a follow up to that one in terms of just not too much happening, them kind of spinning their wheels a little bit. Finally, they kind of touched on a bunch of other characters that we really haven't seen the last couple of episodes because the way that they chose to kind of do things. But yeah, no, I get what you mean, Christina. I mean, I didn't hate this episode, but I also wasn't that thrilled by it either. I wasn't very super overexcited about it. And yeah, we're kind of, I do feel that we're repeating some of the themes here, like, which, I'm sure is by design, purposeful. But I am kind of getting tired of like Rhaenyra as constant. Where's Daemon? Where's Aegon? Where's Aemond? Where's the dragon? Where's Vhagar? Like, it just seems like we've been doing that for 3 episodes so far here. And we have been, quite frankly, like it just kind of like I said, they're really spinning their wheels here. Jay, put your glasses on as you squint at the screen. Maybe you can't even see that one. I don't know if you can even see that message there.
Well, I can see it.
But yeah. What'd you think of it, Jay?
I thought there was some key stuff that you have to pay attention to that's going to be probably coming up in the next few episodes. I would hope. I hope it doesn't wait until next season and drag out that long. But I mean, there was some interesting things, and some people having to stand up and kind of stand their ground. And we get to figure out where all this fun stuff is happening now. We get to see maybe the rise of one folk and the fall of the other, right? Sooner or later, and it's starting to point us in that direction. So I think I'm hoping that we're gonna get some interesting episodes with that coming up, right?
Yeah, well, we still got 3 episodes to go this season. We are now officially past the halfway mark. There is some plots still developing here within this episode, within the last 2 episodes, because they've been a little bit more quieter of episodes in terms of just like touching, checking in on everybody and giving us an update on where everybody is. Like we finally seen Aemond this episode after not seeing him for 2 episodes. We're getting more Aegon. I think we had like 3 different scenes of him with Larys this episode peppered throughout the episode. Mm-hmm. This was the first one where we spent like a little less time, I feel like, with Rhaenyra. And that whole Gold Cloak kind of storyline is taken off. And with the small folk, like you said, with the flea bonnet murders and everything else, that's interesting. I do quite like that. So Like I like that there's like a murder mystery kind of aspect to it so far. I do quite like that. I mean, I don't feel like the approach that they take on Game of Thrones is always that. So I did enjoy that part of the episode. But yeah, it's really just, again, as a follow-up to like the some of the storylines they started last episode. That's all this kind of was. This is just moving the needle forward a little bit more. And like I said, in terms of like it's spinning in its
planting
wheels.
seeds.
Yeah, it's spinning its wheels a little bit though. Like I said, it's kind of repeating some of the same stuff. Like the Rhaenyra stuff is kind of bugging me, to be honest with you. Like I get it, she's kind of spiraling out still. She's very paranoid. Damon.
She's starting to realize she's having a hard time handling this. I think.
Well, yeah, very much so. Damon tells her straight up this episode what we were saying last episode. Like you can't just like be offended by like everyone's not gonna love you. Yeah. So, but I just
please everybody.
The fact that she's like beating us over the head with it though, and like she's literally like just running around asking where all these people are that are causing her issues. I get it. They're illustrating that she's spiraling out. It's just like it's become a constant every episode. We got to hear the same thing now. I feel like so like I'm like get something has to change here. Something has to happen. This episode had me roll my eyes at Rhaenyra, but I understand her wanting revenge. But ma'am, you're a queen to a whole lot of people. I scrolled on my phone, didn't feel bad. Yeah, except whenever Matt Smith was on screen because I love him. Yeah, Damon, of course. Listen, he's great. We'll get into it later. I when he's the voice of reason in the room, there's a problem.
When he's straight up too.
No, but I agree more with what he's saying in this episode more than ever. Like he's making all the right calls in terms of like what they should really be focusing on. Yeah, he's not wrong. I don't know.
Solving. He's trying to problem solve here.
I don't know what you guys think of it. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with him. What do you think, Christina, about Damon? Like his what's going on with him?
I think obviously he has 15, 20 years on her. So he has a little bit more of a political background. So he is the best person to guide her in this moment. He does have a little bit of a heavy fist. So you have to take a little bit of what he's saying with caution. But I think the advice he's giving her isn't necessarily bad. It's just, I think she should take what he's saying and put it into her own whatever, but she shouldn't discredit what he's saying entirely just because she doesn't like everything he's saying. That's the whole point of a council is they're supposed to give you feedback and you're supposed to make decisions, and she's not making decisions. She's trying to please everybody by doing what they all want, and she can't do that.
And she can't get past the problems that she has with in terms of the revenge aspect with these people that she wants to get back. And she can't get over it, and she's losing sight of herself, and she's so vain. And you can tell that this is really the reason that she's spiraling out. It's kind of like a making of her own design in a way, honestly, some of these things, right? They're trying to stir her away since it was his daughter who killed her son. Yeah, but he's trying to tame it. Yeah,
but I don't think they're trying to make it that prevalent in the episode.
What was that word there you're trying to say?
I don't know.
Prevalent? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, prevalent.
Prevalent. What were you saying?
Prevalent.
Yeah, there you go. Was that Valerian?
I'm trying, bro. I'm mixing up my words.
I was trying to keep Rhaenyra's.
Oh, Christina, sorry you lagged out there for a moment.
You looked at me like I was.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but
sorry. You want to dip out and
no, I think. I might have to. I don't know what's going on, but let me see what I can do. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I think it's I really like how that's developing. And as always, it seems like this season, Allison really is correct about everybody and everything she's saying. I feel like she really has a beat on everybody, it seems like, at this point, because she's obviously been there and she's acting like it. She's been in that position. She is smart, and barely anybody ever really listened to her, it seems like, or she was given the opportunity. Because I think like Allison is right when she says to Masseria in this episode too about how she mentions they're two sides of the same coin, those two. Right? Like Rhaenyra, he's kind of like the bad part almost of Rhaenyra in a way. But like, you know, like the devil on your shoulder, like the bad and the good, the bad meets evil or whatever. It's almost like that. That's these two, right? Like it's like the good and the bad. But Damon's that side of her where sometimes the things that he's saying, she should actually listen and take into account. And sometimes he's right about what the way he would handle things, right?
Yeah. He tells her straight up, you know.
I agree. I mean, I feel like that should honestly be who her hand should be. And it's unfortunate she's a high tower. But
she's kind of actually going to talk. Like she's going when she goes to ask her things too, like in the last episode and stuff like that. When they go and they talk, she's really asking her about. She's kind of gathering a little information on how she would think of how her father would have ran things in a sense. Because I mean, if anybody knows, Allison's going to know, right?
Yeah, and, she's gone to her for advice.
She's fucking, and she's very witty and she's very quick. And even in this episode too, she's putting all the gears. She's still playing that game, and she's still making and moving the pieces along on her own way, right?
Yeah.
To the point too, even you know when you know that whole interaction with Lady Masseria comes in and she sees after you know the maester come in and give her the things, and she's like, I wouldn't know, but that's she's working with I think Masseria is working with all the flea bottoms, right? All the small folk, people that keeping her informed, right?
Mm-hmm. She could be, she could be behind it, right? I mean, she's causing a lot of issues for Damon. We know she doesn't like Damon, right?
Yeah, right. So, and he makes his comments on the flea bottoms himself.
They're also alluding to how much she was feared in the past, the White Worm, and how, like, you know what I mean, she was a threat. And you know,
she's sneaky, bro.
But that's the thing. They've talked about that though. But this whole time, like Allison had said, like she was trying to obviously egg her on and give her a hard time in that scene. But she basically calls her out for being the queen's lapdog now. She's like, oh, you used to be somebody, like, well, now you're just taking orders. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's obviously that was her getting in her head, but that's what I mean. She is playing the game. Like she knows, she kind of has the drop on everybody, it seems like at the moment. And she would be a very good hand, but since she's a high tower, but I don't even know if her motivation is as such anymore. I don't think she really, this whole stuff with Ormond's taken that stuff upon himself. He has nothing to do with that. It seems like I genuinely don't believe that she's aware like of what his plans were prior to this happening, right? So
the queen has returned. Return of the Queen. You know, different series, but you know.
Same sentiment. All right, so let's get into the scenes now. We were just kind of trying to kill time till you got back though. But yeah, we were just talking about like, you know, some of the finer points of like the Damon, the Masseria stuff between Alicent as well, and all that kind of stuff that was happening this episode. But we'll get into it with the scenes here. But yeah, any other final comments about this episode overall? Are we all in? What was your least favorite episode so far? Last episode or this episode? Would you say?
Probably the last one. To be fair, but then to be fair, I only watched this one once. Usually I watch it 3 times.
I watched it twice. Yeah, I watched it. I usually try to watch it twice, but for the show. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get this wasn't as exciting, but if we're talking about like story development, I was more interested to see what was happening in this episode in comparison to the last episode, if that makes any sense. Like I think like the things that were happening were more interesting here. Like in this episode.
Yes, because this is stuff. I mean, we got to see the tree. We got to hear a mention of wolves.
Tree.
I'm not fucking around, bro. Saw a lot of mysterious stuff happening now.
Yeah. Did you ever get the tree book back?
The fucking tree. I knew it as soon as I saw it.
Bro, they must have threw it out. They must have let this fucking nerd after they stole my car and threw it out the door.
This guy had his car stolen and he lost his Game of Thrones book.
Yeah, Christina, man. When they stole my car, it was in the back seat of my car, like everything else in my life.
All right, let's move on here. Okay, it's time for the
book, though.
All right, this first scene, we got Lord Peter Piper, who delivers news that another
peppers.
That's right. I was waiting for it. News that another crossing has been burned, which would further delay the Riverlands men's journey to Tumbletown, Tumbleton, because they would either have to build another one or go the long way around as a result. Oscar Tully tells Peter to take 100 of his fastest riders and make for Stony Sept and secure the barge in transit there. And they will end up being behind by a week, but there's a chance, last chance to forge an army of a bigger size if they go ahead and do this way. And meanwhile, Oscar Tully is sitting there with Roderick Dustin there, and his what was the wolves, his wolves or whatever. It was part of the North, I guess.
The Winter Wolves.
That's what I was thinking.
The Winter Wolves.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Tully obviously is of the Riverlands, right? Like the Tullys, right? Is that correct?
It is the Riverlands. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to see the wolves. We never seen them. I was hoping that I was going to see wolves in this one and dragons.
So when Peter Piper there goes back to and their camp in this next scene gets attacked by Kristen Cole, did we see that? Like he was farther away from these guys when he left, right? Like Roderick didn't get killed, did he? Are we to think that he killed the Tullys?
Honestly, it happened so fast and there was no distinction. I was kind of under the assumption that he left the tent and then Kristen Cole's army just like came and like started lighting everything on fire. But like they made no mention of him, and I haven't seen that like, oh, this person died and that person died. So it's like I don't know what happened.
No, I think that he died. Obviously, we've seen him get killed by Kristen Cole, but I don't think that. I think that his camp must have been set up elsewhere. I feel like you're right. The way they edited it together, they didn't really give you an idea of the passage of time of him. I don't think he left their tent and that happened. I think he went back to his tent. But whether or not they were part of that camp that they lit on fire and survived the ordeal, we don't know. They didn't really touch on that. I just really hope that's not the case. They wouldn't give these guys off-screen deaths, though. The Tully and the yeah, that's what I mean. So there's no way they're dead. I'm just like, I really got upset there for a second. I'm like, well, is this guy dead already? Because we really haven't seen him, to like JT's point, right? So like, we've barely kind of like we've seen him now, I guess, in 3 episodes, but like for 2 minutes of screen time, right? Like honestly, so I'm just like, okay, I'd like to see a little bit more of these characters. And these are, we're talking about, we're playing around with big names now in the Game of Thrones universe, the Tullys and, you know what I mean? Like people from the North and all this. So like, I don't know though. They did get attacked and killed. Whatever that camp was, it looks like they did mess them up pretty badly. Like Kristen Cole and them in that one scene.
Well, that, so that Peter Piper guy and his like army, they didn't die because at the end they're the ones who burnt the bridge.
But they got the drop on some of them though by burning up their tents.
Did. So they got some of the Riverland armies, but I don't think they got like the main army, like the big armies. You know what I mean? Like
they were the ones that were already working against them, moving ahead of them. Yeah, you're right. So Roderick Dustin complains to Oscar Tully once he leaves the tent on how they have had to endure Kristen Cole during this journey. He says to cut him loose, basically, him and his wolves loose, and he will bring them down. To which Oscar Tully says that 2 can play at his game. And this is where, as we see later in the episode, they actually work against them by burning down the bridge and doing all this stuff. Like these are the things he's alluding to in this scene that, as the episode progresses, we see how they screw over Kristen Cole and his men as they progress through the Riverlands there.
Well, sorry, newsflash, we've all had to endure Kristen Cole for far too long.
You know what? We'll get to it later.
Far too long.
I'm with you. I don't like Kristen Cole really, but I will get to it later. No,
very respectful guy.
Thank you, Jay. I was just about to say, we'll get to it later, but I actually quite liked his last speech of the episode to Gawain in this episode. No, it was good. No, that was last episode when he's whining about pulling himself up from his bootstraps or whatever.
Well, as we know, Christina likes the bad guys over there. She's got Lewis, right?
No, he really, He really was good in this episode. He had a couple of good scenes in this episode.
Yeah.
I got to give it up. I got to give credit where credit's due. I think is Christina stuck on that face on your screen? Oh, Christina's lagging a little bit again here. It's okay.
I can't stop laughing. Sorry, Christina.
Oh boy. So honestly though, like shut up, Jay.
I'm trying not to. It's been a long couple days, man.
Honestly though, like yeah, I agree with you, Jay. Like he had some good scenes this episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Straight. I think he was very, very he's doing it for he's got his own cause. He's got his own reasons in his mind, in his heart, in his head.
Oh, his own cause is that he was trying to kill himself.
Yeah.
Which we learned in this one. But anyways, so then meanwhile, Peter walks into a tent in his tent, only to find someone killed on the ground, and Kristen Cole and his men sneak up from behind him, and Kristen kills him as they light the other tents in his camp on fire.
Yeah, they went to town on that little camp.
We got Jewel Eyeboy in this episode, so that was nice. Yeah.
We had her on screen too. Sorry.
That was funny where she froze.
It looked like him too, so yeah, I'm crying. This is the funniest Game of Thrones episode I think we've recorded.
Unfortunately, this is what happens sometimes when you record live, guys. Hopefully Christina works out her internet there on her end. Unfortunately, sometimes this happens. These servers sometimes are not the best when you got 4 people up in here, right? So we've all endured it. Me, Jay, we've all had our fun when it comes to that. So hopefully Christina will be kind of in and out here, hopefully tonight, and it gets settled over there. More men show up to Harrenhal in this next scene, asking about the status of Aemon Targaryen, only to be greeted by Alice Rivers again, who gives them the runaround. Again, this has happened like 5 times now. This whole where's Aemon? He's not here. Oh, okay.
This just shows how old Harrenhal is, eh? Like these scenes that come up in Harrenhal too. It just shows how long that's been around in the Game of Thrones world.
Like obviously this place used to be nicer. Like, remember Damon last season when he gets there, he's like, what the fuck happened in this place? This place is a shithole. Like, right?
Yeah, but this was like probably prior to that. It would probably during the Valerian times and stuff like that.
Right.
In old Valeria, there was probably a high point in that area, right?
No, but like obviously Harrenhal used to be nicer because that's what they commented on last season, because they let it go to like shitty, like they ended up like the Strongs there, like they didn't keep the upkeep of that place going. Like clearly they were like broke or whatever he was saying, and or like whatever they said to Damon last season. But like I don't know why everybody wants this place still. This place sucks. Like it's haunted.
There's blood in the ground, bro. It's the trees. I'm telling you.
I don't care. I don't want this place. Like, why is everyone fighting over this fucking place? Like, you go there, you trip out, you see there's a witch. Like, why does anybody want to hang out there
on the map?
It's location and the size.
I get it, but the place fucking sucks.
Of course. Like being at any terminal airport or in an airport terminal, man. That's really what it is. You fly in with your dragon, chill out for a bit, and go.
I know it's about the placement and everything else, but like I'm just saying, like find somewhere.
It's like a toxic boyfriend.
Yeah, you just keep going
back always, nonstop. Yeah.
Just like a red flag. It's like the red flag of Westeros.
Yeah, it's a real estate. It's a fixer upper. Yeah. Oh, it's just got some ghosts and some some
nothing a coat of paint can't help, you know.
You may come here and trip out for 2 weeks. You don't know what's going. You lose track of time. It's okay.
It's okay, man.
We have our own resident witch.
That's the best vacation in the world.
Yeah,
and
so
you can catch some shade.
So that's another theme too. I was mentioning, Christina, before you jump back on that, like we've seen like constantly, like even twice this episode, how like people just keep going back there, and Alice has to keep giving them a runaround. Like we've seen it happen like 4 times now. I feel like the last couple of episodes. So yeah. So that happens. They show up. She tries to give them the runaround again. She tries to scare them off by telling them the dark history of Harrenhal. And then she throws some stones and like, what was that? Bats that fly out at them or something? Like that basically scare them off. She like throws some,
disappears.
she like, throws some stones behind her, and it's like all these, they turn into like bats, and then they basically like scare them out. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's
It's cool. What are you talking about? That's pretty neat, man.
I don't
in a
know.
place like that.
I just, again, like, I don't know why people keep going. I know they're looking for Amen, but like, God, just give it up already. Just leave this place alone.
They tend to hide a lot of people there.
Eamon wakes from a nightmare of his brother trying to kill him. This next scene with Alice caring for him, swaddling him up like a baby. He's got those mommy issues, right? She has to basically grab him after he comes out of that nightmare and let him know everything's going to be okay. And
he's kind of telling her that it is his mom.
He says mother.
Yeah.
No, I know she's having major. Well, we already knew he had major mommy issues, and he just tried to make out with her the last time he saw her. But listen, yeah. I do like the further development of these brothers hating on each other, though, in this episode. I do love seeing how both of them think the same thing about each other in terms of like how they've ruined each other's lives, and how I used to look up to him, and it's honestly very real. It's a real relationship. Yes. I think a lot of siblings can share in that sense, right? And and even friends for that matter, because whenever people have a falling out, it's always like a lot of the time I find that both people feel the same way about the situation, and they think the other person did them wrong in some way. Like, but if you guys actually were able to talk it out, you would realize you both somehow think the same thing, right? Like, and who's right and who's wrong in that sense, right? Like, so I just really like to see like the parallel of, in this scene you see, or not this scene, later on you see him bitching about Aegon, and then towards the end of the episode you got Aegon bitching about him, and vice versa, right? Like I really thought that was really good, how they're basically saying the same exact thing about one another, right?
Yeah.
So,
Such a quick learner.
Well, it felt real. It felt like a real like brothers that just don't get along, right? Yeah. So but they're in the middle of the war. Yeah, it's very good. I thought that was very good. So.
And they're both very dragonless now.
Yeah. Yeah, for the moment.
For the moment.
Yeah, for the moment. Yeah.
For the moment.
Then this next scene, Maester Orwell ends up visiting Allison in her living quarters after having some difficulty explaining past the guards what he is doing there, and he delivers to her something to give to Helena to get rid of the baby, like a tea or whatever.
Moon tea.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was called. That was in Game of Thrones too. That's right. Yeah.
Moon tea.
Allison thanks him for his loyalty and for being a friend over time, but he suggests now that they have a new queen, and that it is no longer wise for him to be showing her such favoritism given the circumstances, to which she is very understandable of this in the moment she thanks him. But because obviously he used to take orders from her, and now it's like, he's taking orders. Right. But he still kind of was doing favors for her up to this point, but he's like, this has got to stop now, which I think was the right call, quite frankly. I think the fact that he even put himself out there up to this point in time was do
you need to know a little bit more about how the feminine body works? What did he say?
Yeah, the something about female persuasion or something like that.
The body of the female persuasion works or something. Yeah. Guys, I don't want to hear it. Let's them in.
What do you guys think about this scene with this guy? I'm starting to. This character's growing on me quite a bit. He's pretty important, I think, into what's going on right now here.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I've always kind of liked him. Like I've always liked his demeanor and his like loyalty but unloyalty at the same time, because it's like his loyalty wanes with whoever's sitting on the throne. So, but he's very loyal to whoever it is, like on the throne,
I just think we've seen the most character development with him so far this season. I think even
this season. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like you're really getting to know him, I think, a lot here in this season so far. So yeah, I've been enjoying that.
It's a maester, bro. They don't call him maester for nothing.
Helena refuses to drink it after he leaves, and Allison tries to insist how she must, and that she is a target now. Basically everything, we talked about last episode, to which her child will either be killed or taken. Allison says that Aemon still lives as far as they know. Helena says that he's in Harrenhal. I guess she's had one of her visions that she sees him there. Allison says no, but he was there, but he's now fled. And she's like, no, I've seen him there. She's insisting that he's there. And as we know, like she has like these visions time to time.
What do you say? He's cold.
No, she says he burns, but without fire.
No fire. That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
Allison,
cold.
Yeah. Allison says if Aemon challenges Rhaenyra in her rule that she will use the child as her shield. She begs her to drink it, but Helena refuses and simply says she can't. She says, and then Allison again tries to reason with her and says how it basically delivered her from disgrace and ruin in the past. Rhaenyra as well, when they were younger. And Helena then starts yelling out that it's mine, it's my own, it's mine, and she's like not having it. That's kind of how we end that scene with those two. I mean, I get it. It's true. I get both sides of it, unfortunately, right now. Like Allison's trying to think of the well-being of them and their future. And
yeah, I think too, if Allison's still on that part where she's trying to still stay afloat and ahead of all this stuff because she knows what can happen, and then very quickly when it becomes, when they're not in power anymore and they're not, it could change very quickly. And she's trying to keep it so that, okay, yeah, well, here, take this. We've had to take it already before. Even Rhaenyra herself, she was basically saying, she's like, you figure it out later on, right? But no, she wasn't having it. And I'm wondering if she's going to be.
I think
messes up the whole plan or whatever plan seems to be going on right now.
Yeah,
right, because she's going to start showing.
Well, I think Helena, like she's already lost a child, so she's like, I'm not gonna lose this one. And, she obviously feels like maybe she has a premonition about this one that, she's not sharing yet. So
that's what I thought. What you said about the premonition. That's what I was like. There's a reason why she's so adamant about this. Yeah, she has lost a child. We know that. But I feel like past that happening, we really haven't seen her stressing as much about that anymore. So but this obviously is a bigger deal the way that she's like letting on. Yeah, I agree. I think there's something. She's like one of the most like mysterious characters actually, like very quietly on the show, just because we really don't know too much about like why she has these visions or like what, you know what I mean? Like she utilizes it time to time. She's got a third eye. Is that what you're saying? She's got that third eye open.
It's gonna be the Raven.
There is like mystical Targaryens, right? Like they're like Aegon the Conqueror was one because he would have dreams and visions and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think she's just one of those. And like we didn't know too many Targaryens like in Game of Thrones. We only knew of 2.5, like kind of, So we didn't really get a lot of that with them. But in history, there's a lot of there's a few of these it's kind of like people they're people who are mediums and speak to beyond and psychics and all whatever you want to call them.
Seems to be a lot in Game of Thrones though.
I always fucking forget that Jon is. That's so disappointing. I always forget that. I mean, Game of Thrones spoilers.
Honestly, I didn't even I wasn't even thinking of him. I was thinking of Rhaegar. I'm thinking of
he is. I mean, he is though.
But he is a target. I know. But it's we don't.
I know.
We don't
never
know him as that.
Because we spend fucking 7 seasons not thinking of him in that way, and then you're like, oh yeah,
and then we know it, and then they do nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, we're not going to go into this. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to.
Listen, I don't care. Still the best character ever on Game of Thrones, Jon Snow.
Oh yeah, no, but okay, we're not. House of the Dragon.
Other than Tyrion, of course. All right. Those are my boys. All right, so Rhaenyra is quickly walking down the halls in this next scene as she talks to Lady Sabitha Frey. There you go. You got some Freys representing here. And says that she thought that a seat at the council would be a sufficient way of paying back House Frey's loyalty. She says that Harrenhal, see, she's like
Freys are fucked.
She's beefing with her about getting Harrenhal on this seat. I'm just like, why do you want this fucking way? I don't know. Anyways, She says that Harrenhal was supposed to be recompense to them for aid of of giving them their winter wolves passage across the twins and was promised to them previously by her own son. To which Rhaenyra reminds her son is dead now. And now Rhaenyra has discovered that she has used Harrenhal as some sort of trophy to be given to anyone that brings them the head of Aemon Targaryen. Using it as a bargaining chip, I guess, apparently. So Frey says that Cragen Stark's army has crossed the Trident, and we expect the crown's words to be honored, no matter if some grubby sellsword has dubbed himself Lord of Harrenhal in the meanwhile. Then she clearly pisses her off. She just like stops and like turns around and like stares at her. And then she basically is like, yeah, well, anyways, despite all this, I'm willing to take the seat on the small council for now. She has to pull rank there a little bit. Like, listen, bitch, I'm the queen. Like, you can't be talking to me that way. And like, she's like, anyways, I'll take my seat on the council. By the way, I love all the council scenes. The small council scenes.
It is good, such a dysfunctional band of like merry people. Like I don't even know. Like it's that next council scene is hilarious.
I just love how it keeps growing and there's these random people at the table.
Just randoms.
And then, like the way that they end that scene, like where she's like, is it always like that?
Yeah. And he just gives her that look.
Yeah, so here we are. We cut to the small council meeting scene here. I love these scenes now. And fucking Manderley's, I love Manderley now too. Listen, Manderley, you think you're the smartest one here? Whatever he says to us. Manderley is attempting to catch Frey up on things as people are discussing stuff at the table. As you know, she's sitting there and he's trying to be like, yeah, that's so and so, the bastard who now has his dragon, about Adam of Hull or whatever, and he's giving her an update on things. And Adam is giving an update that claims that they claim that people had seen Vhagar burning their farms, like they've been trying to track down and follow Vhagar, of course, this whole time, and started trying to give an update on that whole thing. Rhaenyra says, well, maybe Aemon is provoking them, to which Mysaria questions why he would burn farms to do so. And then Daemon mentions how dragons need to eat. And then there's a whole thing where it mentioned that White Worm, and she's like, oh, the whore or whatever. Lady Frey says that about White Worm. And
Mysaria,
yeah, about Mysaria. That David just pauses and like looks over at them and like, and then Manderley's like, oh, no, sorry.
We'll keep it quiet, apologies.
We'll fill you in later.
This guy's doing so much, just like his actions, without ever saying anything at the table. I like he's like, and he's like dipping his pen in the quill. He's like, yes, that's right. He's like jotting things down in his book. I love that, bro. He's the best.
So wait, did they ever clarify like what Lady Frey's position is on the council?
No.
Like, what is she doing there?
Well, I was gonna ask you guys. I don't know if she's just like another advisor, or is she like what? Remember last episode we talked about the
we talked
positions that weren't filled yet. So she must.
So it was
like
ships,
one of those,
and
she's not ships.
No,
ships.
And it wasn't war. What the hell was it?
No,
I know. Anyways, I know we went through it, but like,
what's his name should be ships now, though. Would he not?
Alan?
No. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's right. He is. Yeah, he must be.
Alan,
but like, isn't he stepping in for Corliss's hand? Or no,
Corlys
not.
Corlys actually could also be ships. Actually, Corlys could be ships. He's just not present at the meetings anymore because he's actually on the.
So is Alan ships?
I think Alan. Hand? I thought Alan was supposed to be
Damon.
Hand. No, Damon's for army. Damon's the night the city watch people over like.
There's the law. There's the law one. There was the.
That must be who Lady Frey is. Then it must be that because like who else would it be? Like she's not gonna. Yeah, because we talked about it last episode. There was about 2 positions, I think, still not filled, and I think it
accounted for.
It must be that because it can't be it must be like the law one maybe about how things work in the realm.
Okay.
But you're right; they don't say it in this episode, and they also don't give any indication of what her role is because she's just sitting there gossiping with Manderley, right? Like she doesn't really know about like what she's
what's
just
happening.
Yeah, she's just walking into like a boilerplate situation where she's like, "What the hell is going on here?"
She's like, "Watch the show. That's it. Sit back and just entertain."
So, Daemon mentions how dragons need to eat, and then there's the whole White Worm, the horror comment made, and Damon shoots him a dirty look. Damon then carries on to say how there was a skirmish last night at the Dragon's Gate and how horses were required to dispel it, and how if only Lady Misseria was there to stop it with her bread and ladles full of stew for the small folk, basically, giving them shit for all the focus that they've had on giving them food and everything else. Meanwhile, his gold cloaks are getting killed in the streets and no one gives a shit and they're holding their pay. And again, he has a fucking point, man. Like, you can't just have these guys pissed
run
off.
a city like this. No.
Yeah. No,
no, man. He's exactly right.
I agree with what he's saying 100% here, honestly. Like, yes,
retaliate, man.
I think what they chose to do with the small folk was smart as well in the moment at the time, but now they need to focus on this situation. I agree.
Yeah.
You can't just give them a little and then say, okay, you guys got to hold off now. No, they're gonna want more.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep getting what they want. They can keep doing stuff until they get what they want.
So then Mysteria starts bitching at him, like kind of arguing back with him, and says like, yeah, well, if you didn't, focus on, what does she say? If some miracle the king consort city watch had showed restraint in pursuing the pettiest of crimes and criminals. And she gets cut off by Rhaenyra. And then she says, asks if anyone has seen where Vhagar had flown. She repeats it again. Baela says that their trail had gone cold 2 days ago from where he was last spotted. Daemon mentions 2 of their gold cloaks were found dead this morning by an unknown hand in Flea Bottom. This is where we get another great Manderley moment where Manderley mentions how it's a realm unto itself, ungovernable and full of undesirables. And then he like dips his pen into the ink and starts like writing things down when he tells him it's in Flea Bottom. He's Flea Bottom. And he like mentions this. And then Myseria's looking at
gives him that look. Yeah.
Myseria's looking at her across the table. She's like, undesirable.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Look where I am.
Well, I mean, he's right. He's just saying there's poor folks there.
He's straight up. Yeah, he's being honest.
Disgusting. Like, that's all he's saying, right? He's like, no, it's rough. It's rough out there, guys.
When you're calling it Flea Bottom, that means there's nothing underneath that than shit, bro.
But but again, between Myseria and David shooting him looks, it seems like every time this guy makes a comment at the small council, like everyone's just like, who invited this guy, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
So that happens. And Rhaenyra carries on about how Vhagar appears while Ormond's takeover at Tumbleton for some hidden purpose is happening at the same time. Daemon once again says that they need not worry about these issues. If she will not burn their town down, then his army will root him out soon enough. Orwell jumps in and gives an update on the war with fresh news from Lord Tully's camp of how their march is being slowed by interference from Sir Criston Cole and their men. To which Rhaenyra tells Baela and Adam to go and assist them in the Riverlands. Adam mentions that they have just arrived back that morning and that Baela has not eaten nor slept, and she insists that she is more than ready to fly. She kind of gets pissed off at him because he's speaking for her all of a sudden, and she's, I can tell he's trying to help, but she's like, I don't need your help. Like, I'm good to go. Like, and there's as they carry on in this next scene, there's even like a next moment where she tries to interrupt again and said, I said I'm good. And Rhaenyra at this point is getting into it with Daemon, and she doesn't even again, give her any attention. Like, she just doesn't even pay attention to what she says. She kind of just talks over her and takes the conversation outside the room there in a minute. But Adam mentions that they have just arrived back. I mentioned that already. Rhaenyra says it will not do them any good if her eyes are weary and beast fatigued. She will send Daemon instead. Daemon says that he will go once he has handled his business with his soldiers in the city. These things must be addressed, and they need these men loyal to them, especially since they are choosing to hold off on their payments. Rhaenyra acknowledges that it's important how Sir Luther Largent will address it, and Daemon gets up and storms out. Rhaenyra rushes after him. Mysteria tries to speak to her, which again, she's like, yeah, not now, and brushes her aside, which, she doesn't love. And Lady Frey asks Manderley if it's always like this. He's like, He's like, yeah, I guess it is.
He's been there a couple of times. He's been there. Yeah, it seems like it. No.
So, again, great scene, council scene. I always look forward to them. They're always good. You get all the people arguing with one another. Rhaenyra
gossip. It's where all the gossip is.
Exactly. Now they take the conversation outside. Rhaenyra questions if she must continue to compete with Daemon like back on Dragonstone, to which he says he has pledged himself to her commands just later. But she says, what good does it do her if he will only obey her at his time and place of choosing?
In front of everybody else, he's kind of not listening to her. He walks away, undermines her kind of thing. And then, but when they're talking, he's straight up and he says, "Look, this is what you got to do. You don't be afraid." Like,
I know, but like, there's a time and a place, and like in the small council, it's like. I guess it's like with everything in every relationship. Is like there's a time and a place. It's like when you have kids, if you disagree with like what the other parent is doing or whatever, don't talk about it in front of the kids. Like, so it's like if he doesn't agree with what she's asking him to do, just say yes in the moment, disband the council, and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't just like disregard her as a queen. She's trying to establish herself as a queen here, and like you're blatantly.
Yeah.
You're blatantly disregarding what she's saying to you. And it's like, well, if he can do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah. I think it's.
And I know there's a different level. Like they're married and it's different. But it's like, it's also like when you're married to the queen, it's the queen's word. Like it's her word.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, she has to pull rank on him, and he can't just be undermining her in front of people like that. I agree. Like, I think but yeah, you said it's a difficult situation because they are married. They do see he does see her as an equal. You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot going on there, and you know what? Go ahead, Jay.
No, I think he wants to do right with her too, even with her, but she's kind of. I think he's also trying to teach her on how to handle too, and then just make sure that everything works smoothly, because sometimes you do got to start from the bottom up. I know about the undermining about it in front of people and stuff like that. I get it, but at the end of the day, it's still got to be done. This is not 2026. I mean, it is today, but not in the show.
He reassures her that she is the queen and he acts in her interests. She says, good, my interest is Vagar. He insists his too, but there are other things that are more important. And all she seeks is revenge, which he understands. But he says, and right now they have to deal with the issue in their city, to which she is most likely the cause. And this is where he just like drops the mic in terms of like, I agree 100% with what he calls her out on in this moment. I got to say, like, I understand her, like we just talked about, I understand why she's coming from where she's coming from and how he has to navigate this situation and how he talks to her in front of folks. But he's absolutely right. He calls her out in this, and he's absolutely right with what he's saying. Because we said this last episode that this is what she was doing. And she states that I did not ask Sir Luther to be brutal and that she shouldn't have asked anything. And he says, you shouldn't have asked anything of him at all to begin with. She shouldn't focus on these stupid taunts by the small folk, to which he says it's an insult to her bastard sons. And he reminds her that she is the queen of dragons and she shouldn't be basically wasting her time with this nonsense. Like I think it's just like a vanity thing. Like, it's like she doesn't want to be seen. Like, I get how like this... it really gets to her. It's really pissing her off, like, obviously. And we see that later in this episode with Joffrey. Right.
This conversation could also have been had in the small council so that like everyone is aware of the intention and like the thought is there. I don't know. He could have said this to her in the small council as well. Like, I don't know. To me,
she chose to continue this conversation though.
Outside, yeah.
It wasn't him. He tried to leave.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying, like, the things he was saying, he could have said to her in the small council. And I think he would have had more support from the people around saying, like, we agree. And she might have been a little bit more agreeable as well.
Well, they didn't leave it. They didn't open it up too much in there. They just talked about having to fix that part. And then they didn't really. And then when they got outside, that's when they started talking amongst themselves. So they should have.
So then suddenly Linda Massey shows up and he's like, clearly frustrated by this because he's in the middle of having this conversation. He's like, and he just like walks off, and she tells her that young Prince Joffrey has just shown up from the Vale and has asked for her, and she replies that she will join him later when he is rested, as she's sure he's tired. More on that later.
Yeah, more on that later.
Aegon and Larys continue on their journey throughout the woods in this next scene, trying to figure out which way is west. Aegon again is cursing out his brother, through his frustration, and Laris asks him what he would do to his brother if he were to find him, and that he's in no shape to attempt to do anything, and how stupid it would be for them to try anything in his current state.
Mm-hmm.
He gets frustrated and yells at the top of his lungs to stop telling him what he can and cannot do. Then he basically goes on to blame every bad thing on Aegon that has ever happened to him thus far in his life, and swears whether he dies trying at the attempt or not, that he will find him and kill him for it. So he's having a pity party here this episode.
Sounds like the theme of the week.
Or the series.
Yeah. Well, listen, I actually think the scene later on that we're going to get to with him and Laris, where Laris finally unloads on him, that's actually probably one of my favorite scenes of this episode too.
Yeah. Because
he's like very frank finally with them. Like, listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit anymore. Like, right. Like, that's a great scene.
You're a shitty human being.
Yeah. And he has to sit with that. Like, but this is what I think I mentioned it last episode or 2 episodes ago. Like I said, like I felt like he really was purposely trying to like humble this guy on this journey. And I feel like it's very apparent now that like, whether or not he was his motivation behind what was going on, because obviously they're in trouble and they've been on the road and on the run. I think that is what we're getting though. Like, he is getting kind of humbled throughout this whole journey, and he is kind of having to come to terms finally with all of this shit, about who he is, and like you said, how much of a shitty person he's been, because he really hasn't been called out for any of that, right? Because he was the king.
Yeah.
Now he's like at the lowest point of his life, and arguably, and it's not arguably, I think for sure, right? So yeah. Mysaria visits Allison and follows up on the whispers that she has heard regarding the recent gift that she has received, and asks to see. Allison shows her the elixir to kill Helena's child and covers for the fact that she has been unwell and that the maester has brought her this. Mysaria is not fooled and says that yet it is full, and smells the tea to kind of verify what it is. And Allison, thinking quickly on her feet, tries to say that it's for her, as she has taken a lover after Viserys. What'd you guys think of her in the moment decision to kind of try to fool her here? Which I don't think it worked. Clearly.
No, didn't work at all.
It was quick though.
Quick. Yeah. Very quick.
I agree.
She had a headache. No.
She continues to impress me. She did really good. Yeah, it was pretty
calm under pressure too. Like, she keeps the straight face. She even drinks the shit.
Yeah.
That was.
I can only imagine how she.
You could see the hesitation on her mind, because like she's had this before, so she knows exactly what like. Yeah, no kidding. Like, Mama's gonna do it. 100%. Because like she knows exactly what this is gonna do to her body. And like she's hesitates before she takes a sip, because she's like, oh God, do we really? But she also knows that like she really wants Helena to drink it, but she's like, fuck it. Like, I just gotta do it.
Yeah.
She'll find another way to get more.
Crazy.
She then goes to chug it down herself. Mysaria does not seem to believe it. She asks if she was a lord or a commoner.
Maybe.
She asked him if the person that she had the child with was a lord or a commoner, or a bit of both. I think she asked her, and Allison tries to relate to her as a woman in this moment for the things that they have to endure constantly. She pulls the woman card here. She's like, listen, you're a woman, you understand these men around.
You get it. Come on.
Trying to like put us in her place constantly. As you're an ally.
I like she's trying to bring her on her side.
Well, yeah, she plays all her cards here. She's just like, okay, yeah, I can relate to you in this way, right? So
she's
gonna see whatever she can, because if she goes back to tell her, she's fucked.
And then she questions if she is trying to deceive the queen, and she reminds her that she is a prisoner, as she once was, if she is not mistaken. Yeah. So she plays her like a fiddle. This Mysaria, honestly, I got to say, between this and that other scene later on with her, like she works all the angles on Mysaria. She's got the drop on her, it seems like, right?
She got to try. She got to do something.
Yeah. No, absolutely. She's
stuck in a fucking room.
She's like throwing things at the wall, hoping something will stick. Just like trying to do anything she can.
And then Christina's favorite character, Sir Kristen Cole, in this next scene, marches through the woods with his RV, speaking to Gawain Hightower as he tells him about Old Town and his relationship with Ormond in the past, and how he has hopes to show him Old Town one day, and that a knight of his stature would be appreciated and he would serve them well, as they would be lucky to have him. Over time, obviously, we know how he felt about him when he started this journey. And in this episode, you finally kind of see, like, over the stuff that they've endured the last couple of episodes, he actually finally has respect for him. But then I think by the end of the episode, he loses that respect for him. Right in this moment, he's like, you know what? You're not such a bad guy, Chris.
You're not a bad guy.
Yeah, I've been hating on you this whole time. Why don't you come work for me and my family in Old Town when this is all over, right? He kind of offers him up a job. And suddenly, a couple of their horses fall to the ground, though, and Kristen Cole's included. And when they don't see an attack coming at them from anywhere, they find that these traps embedded in the horses' feet, called crow's feet, are the things that took them out. To which Kristen Cole is forced to kill his horse and put it out of his misery at once, as all the horses are squealing around them. It's a brutal fucking scene, honestly.
It is brutal. And like
horses, brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's like a real thing, like that they would do.
break a leg.
Well, they would do that in war, though, too. That is a real thing. Like they would put shit like
Barbs,
that. Yeah, that would even like in the what do you call it? A Korean War too. They had these like contraptions that would jump out of the ground and nom and like snip people's nuts off and shit like that. There's like a spring-loaded trap. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a different thing entirely. But like when I saw it, I just thought of like different traps like people would put in the ground and stuff like that. So like the fact that it takes out like the hoof of the horse this way, and then it basically renders it useless, and that would fucking kill. Like that thing's not, even if you were to pull it out, his hoof is like messed up. They're not walking.
Oh yeah, it's done.
The horse
like
is done. Yeah, so that's
done.
why I understand why he put it out of his misery. But the whole squealing that was going on in that scene, like amongst all of them, like when they had to go kill him, I was like, well, that was brutal. Like it was like, but it was a good trap laid by them. And then in that moment, they understand that they're ahead of them and they're setting traps now. Like they got to watch out for that too, on top of everything else, right? So
it's a guerrilla warfare, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So, and then Allison is sitting there trying to devise a plan in this next scene, a very quick scene, to get them out of the castle. And she sees the chambermaid ladies there cleaning her room, and she thinks to herself and then removes her necklace as if she just thought up an idea. And we see what she does later on. She mentions basically bartering with the maid for helping them with the necklace.
Yeah.
Damon walks around King's Landing with Sir Luther Largen in this next scene. Damon tells him that he needs to temper Rhaenyra's impulses over her demands and how these killings could have been avoided. Luther mentions how they cut his men's bowels as well as their throats. Good men dying in agony in their own shit, he says, basically, about the deaths of his men in this scene. Damon says they'll pay back the villains for what they have done, and asks how the men are, to which Sir Largen says that they are pissed about their wages, and Damon says that he will speak to them. And then Sir Largen questions how giving a rousing speech from the Rogue Prince himself would help at this point, and he mentions the fact that like Damon, you know, it's been a while. Like some of the men were in diapers when you oversaw this group. They don't really know you like that, right? Like, and he's kind of convinced, oh yeah, no, I can still rouse up this group and get them to be on my side, which we see later on. And he says he's convinced if he were to lead them that they will follow him. And he reminds him that it's been a minute, as I mentioned there. And then they go, since he was the Prince of Flea Bottom, he says, and most of the men were babies. Suddenly, they hear someone cry out as they find two more gold cloaks slaughtered in the streets with their guts strewn out of their chests for all to see.
So gross.
Somebody's like Jack the Rippering these guys up, eh? Like, it's like brutal.
Die in their own shit.
Yeah, it was kind of Sons of the Harpy, like, you know.
Yes. That's what I was reminded of, yes. But we do also know that is in relation to the church stuff, right? So is that what's going on? But like the fact that no one has seen anything, like that's the whole mysterious part about it, which also happens with them. You're right. So I don't know. That's Christina. You took the words right. I'm like, oh, that was my theory. I'm like, this must be that, right? Like,
well, it's yeah.
All right. So we then see a child running up some stairs in one of the households who was just at the scene of the crime and witnessed this, and she whispers to a man who sends a raven out to deliver a message that goes to Ormond and Tumbletown that reads, "Gold blood spilled. 3 marked in the tally. The account lies open." Like you said, like you said, go on. Maybe these deaths were related to the Ormond thing, but I don't know if the whole thing is orchestrated by Ormond from from Tumbleton. I don't know about that.
So
I don't think
do you know who that man was? Do you guys know who that man was?
No.
That man. So remember when Allison and Helena go up to the guards on the platform and she says, "You, sir, where's your sergeant or where's your commander?"
Yes.
And then they say, you know, like, Rhaenyra is coming with her dragon. Stand down. Don't shoot her down. Just let her come in. Yada, yada. And there was that one soldier that was looking on with like disdain and like distaste.
Okay. That guy. Yes, I know exactly what scene you're talking.
It was that guy was the one who like received the message from the little girl.
Right.
And who's the one that sent the message through the pigeon.
Okay.
So he's a trained soldier, as we know, like, well, as now, you know, he's a trained soldier. So he obviously has connections from being a soldier in the Red Keep. And he can orchestrate whatever for Ormond from the inside. So that's where that comes from. So, and obviously the Ormond, like the Hightowers are very religious people. So if you're talking religion, then there's the connection, the religious connection there. So maybe there's something else there. But that's the connection.
Good catch. Yeah, no, good catch. I didn't realize that was who that guy was. I couldn't remember ever seeing him before. Okay.
That was the one sending the pigeon.
Yeah, what tipped him off was the he has heterochromia, so he has like 2 different colored eyes. And I also saw that like some people, so along the lines of like this topic that we're talking about, like, you know, assassins and all this stuff, somebody online was saying that maybe it's not confirmed or anything, I don't know, but it's maybe they're part of the faceless men, like, because, and like the guy having heterochromia, like one blue eye, one brown eye, is like synonymous with the black and white doors of that, like, you know, where anyways, it's like,
I know what you're talking about,
theory.
That place that what's her name goes and trains in Game of Thrones, when she goes to see the faces.
Arya went.
Yeah, Arya. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting theory. I do like that. There's definitely something else at play here, though. I mean, I'm not doubting that Ormond is the one who orchestrated this, but the killer, like, we don't know who the killer is. Like, that kid was just reporting back to that guy to report back to Ormond that it was taken care of. But I don't know if the killer or killers has been revealed thus far. Like, I don't think it has, right? Like, I think we're especially with what happens at the end of the episode. So I'm interested to see how this plays out, this storyline. That's a good theory, though. I do like that, the faceless men thing. It could be it.
Right?
Yeah, could be it. Oh, yeah, because they're known not to be seen. Like, that's like their whole thing is that they have to be stealth. Yeah, that makes sense if that is the case, because like that could be possible. I don't know. Yeah. Ormond then speaks to Sir John Roxton, who provides him with an update on their current standings with the war. He mentions that they lack in timber and men and time, despite them trying to raise the battlements in Tumbleton, and he tells them to levy more conscripts to down more trees for wood, like, as soon as possible. They got to get moving here.
It's time to keep fucking working, man. We can't keep just fucking beating around the bush.
Ormond then speaks to Daron about how he's been good with his studies, although he expresses that he is bored after learning of these dry histories for 3 days. And then Ormond, as we know, he's a man that loves the arts, and he considers himself an intellectual, as we learned in the other episode. Right. Well, this is, he gets all uppity in this moment. He's like, dry histories, like, and you can tell, like, Daron's like walking on eggshells. He's like, oh, I mean, that's not what I meant. I just meant to say, like, he's like trying to, like, you know, fix his words, right? And he catches himself and corrects what he was trying to say, and he mentions how he was grateful for it. He's like, good. And he mentions all of the history and houses that he's currently learning of. And then this is where Christina's name that she was alluding to here, Thick of Waste. Ormond mentions the name Maria Martel, the Yellow Toad of Dorne. Now, was that Pedro Pascal's place that he was from? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
They've been bringing it up a lot in this episode, too.
They do, yeah. Well, that's the name of the episode.
Because they're unconquered. That's why.
They never bow to anybody. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of that's the name of the episode, and that's the whole point of this story that he's saying here. And I think that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing the point of bringing this story up was to illustrate that he is thinking of himself in these same regards while standing up to the Targaryens in this moment. Like I feel like he was trying to relate what they were doing right now by like not giving in to her being the queen. Cause I mean, I have the whole thing written down here. We can get into it, but like, I think the story that he kind of says here is relating to kind of like his strategies, I find, like right now against the Targaryens.
Yes, they're battling again. They're not going to be like, yes, they won't bend the knee to the Targaryens. Yes.
So yeah, he mentions that she was the only woman gifted with a truly military mind, but the gods divested her of beauty in return. A blind princess, hideous, hairless, thick of waist. and then Daeron's like, well, she does not sound so formidable. And then do you know about this, Christina? Were they playing some sort of chess or something there? Like it's like
what is it called?
It's a circular. It's like almost like Star Wars, where they have like holograms. But it's a circular board and with figures. Like it's almost like
it's like chess. And Chinese checkers. It's like a mix of like 3 or 4 different board games or something. I think there's even like George R.R. Martin, like he created this, but he also is trying to figure out how to play it too. Like he just created like this game, but he also doesn't know how to play it. And it starts with a C. I think it's called shoot. I knew what this game was called. Anyways, it starts with a C. I don't remember.
So have they not produced like this game in real life?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it honestly, for anybody who's a Star Wars fan out there, it reminded me of the Let the Wookiee Win scene with like them playing like the hologram.
Yeah,
like that's what that board honestly reminded me of. Like I don't know if that's what they're going for, but that Savase, I don't know.
That's what. Yes, yeah,
it's like a form of chat. That's the only thing I could think of, honestly. So they start playing this game while he's talking about this history. Mm-hmm. And he says, when Aegon the Conqueror tried to claim her lands, she refused to submit. She declared him a usurper and all those who marched for him traitors to the 7 kingdoms. And she swore that they would never be unbowed, unbent. A great host descended from the mountains, the high towers amongst them. They found her castle empty, and they thought that she had been vanquished, but she rose up out of the darkness and slaughtered them in their beds. Daeron questions whether she was a hero or a villain then, and what the point was that Ormond was trying to make. And he kind of seems a little bit frustrated by this. That he doesn't get the point of the story. And then says that, the Targaryens knew nothing of their civilization, the faith, the citadel. They have what they still have, their strength, their armies, and the absurdity of their dragons. Maria Martell outwitted her enemy. A cunning mind can resist the most savage of beasts. That's what I mean. Like he's basically saying like history is like repeating itself in a way right now. Like he's trying to say like, again, we're in the same position against the Targaryens, but I think he's thinking of himself in this moment of how he's going to outsmart them. And you could clearly tell that he thinks of himself this way, right? He's like, listen, I'm smarter than them. We'll come out on top, right? It's like, a cunning mind can resist the most savage of beasts. So basically, Ormond pictures himself as her in the scenario, facing off and defying the Targaryens. At least that was my interpretation of it. And Dorne remains unbroken even today, he says. Yeah. Suddenly, Daemon plays a piece that wins him the game. And then Ormond is clearly pissed off about this.
Daeron plays the dragon piece that wins him the game.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Good eye. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So he's pissed off about this, and then he's like he's like, no, I was just lucky. Let's start again. And he tries to like scoop up the piece, and Ormond just pushes all the pieces off of the board. and tells him never to apologize for victory. And then he shows him how he has just had gold made with his face on them, how he is the sign that their people have been waiting for all this time. So, and obviously that pops back up again later in the episode, but he's making his own gold now with his face.
Did you see Daron's face? Daron is like so horrified by like the fact that like there's gold with his face on it. Like he's just like,
I think it's because he looks like an
what
idiot
is this?
on the gold. The gold isn't even flattering, to be honest. I mean,
it's just a chunk with his face is all like mangled on there. He looks kind of beat up already. You know,
the fact though that he's using him as leverage to get like what he wants is kind of genius. Though that he's propping him up to be like he's our king, but he's the what? It's almost like it's like with Tyler. It's like the Lannisters, where he was basically the acting king, even though he wasn't the king. What's his name?
Tywin.
Tywin, yeah. I almost called him Tylan, which is the other Lannister in this episode. Yeah, Tywin. Because he was the one that was basically making all the moves and just using like Joffrey and stuff like that. Like there's that time where he wasn't even showing up to the small council meetings and like he was basically just orchestrating them himself, right? So I think that's kind of like what I feel like he would do if he were to get what he wants here in this situation.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The Hightowers would be technically the acting king of the realm, like in a way, but even though he'd be the placeholder essentially thereon, right? Because they're not by right, they're not supposed to be in that spot, right? So I get it. Like it's interesting. I do like how he's going about this.
Sneaky.
Oh, absolutely. Helena and Jaehaera, her daughter there, look at a caterpillar in the garden in this next scene when Alicent interrupts their time together and asks her to come with her. And this is when she tells her plan for them to leave that evening due to the trouble within the city. Helena notices that her necklace is gone and how she gave it to a maid to help them, and how they are to take a passageway to escape that's within the wall. And with luck, they will escape. But in order to do so, they have to leave Jaehaera behind because it would be too risky if she made noise, and she probably wouldn't be able to survive on the travel that they would have to endure as they ran away. And she says that she promises her that she will come back for her one day and that she is fine. And she calls her out for lying, how she always looks away when she tends to lie. And clearly she is lying. She's just like, yeah, don't worry. She's not going to kill her when we leave. We'll come back and scoop her up another time. And she's just like, yeah, no, we're not leaving her behind, right? So I think it's, I don't know. What do you think of this, Christina? Like, do you think it's the right move? Like, it's kind of terrible, though, to think of. But, like, I get what she's trying to do here, but I don't know.
My thing is like, where is she going?
Yeah, I know.
Like, is she going to Old Town? Like, where is she going?
Allies. It's probably Old Town. Yeah, it's probably Old Town. Sure. Yeah, it's Old Town.
Go meet up with the family.
Where else should she be safe? That's the only. She's not gonna go to Tumbleton. That's under like attack right now, right? So it would have to be Old Town.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like just I feel like she's just acting out of like impulse. I understand there's like it's fear, so she's trying in desperation. Yeah. But it's like it's so like we understand that Helena is like Alicent's favorite child, but like they're your grandchildren, and it's like you don't care and you're just leaving them as collateral like for Rhaenyra. I don't know. I don't know, but like Rhaenyra wouldn't kill Jaehaera. Like I don't think so anyways. But it's just like, what are you gonna? You're just gonna leave? You're. I don't know. I don't know how to make. I don't know what to make of this. Like I don't get it. I don't understand aside from the desperation. She's obviously not thinking clearly, and like, but I understand the like kids are noisy, so I understand like leave her so that she doesn't make noise. But what else are you gonna? I don't know.
I know it's a shitty situation.
I don't know.
Adam and Bela continue their search for Vhagar in this next scene and are confused as to where Aemond and him are currently. Adam, frustrated with Bela, wants her to rest, and she expresses how Rhaenyra won't even look at her now, and he kind of was like, don't blame yourself for what happened, because clearly she's kind of blaming herself for everything that has occurred more recently with her son getting killed, and how she is trying to prove herself to the realm still, and she's kind of failing in doing so. And Adam says that he has the same desires. She says that she's being punished for her pride, and Adam assures her that no matter what happens, he will be there for her, but that she needs to eat first.
So
he needs to eat.
Did we sense a little bit of a love
I know. I thought so.
connection there? Like,
But
or
aren't they
like
like?
he's
Aren't they
trying to
like
shoot his
siblings?
shot with her a little bit.
Aren't they
like
what?
related? Aren't they related?
They are related, but
Because
like,
that stopped anybody on the show.
that's what I mean. I'm like,
also, they barely know each other. Like, this is the first time they've lived like he's a bastard son, and I mean, it's not like they were both like, you know what I mean.
I know, but that's also her uncle. That's like,
It comes from Father of the Year, right?
But I agree with you, Christina. There's definitely a crush developing, I think, on his part for her. Yes, I think that's what we're seeing happen here. Because there's even that whole scene where like he talks about her betrothed or whatever, like
betrothed
with Jacaerys, right? Like there's that whole scene where they talk about that. And he's just been kind of with her and obviously concerned for her. I think he's developed a bit of a crush on her here. Yeah, I agree. I think that's definitely going on here.
Because I was watching the scene and I was just like, oh, did I miss something? I was like, oh.
Yeah. They laid it on thick, this one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then
with the dragons.
What's that, Jay?
Dancing with the dragons, they're gonna go.
Then Aemon wakes up wondering about Vhagar. Amy's
all they keep seeing it. Everybody's wondering about Vhagar, even if it's the wrong people and the right people.
Alice says that she flew away in the middle of the night, and Aemon questions if he is a prisoner as he goes walking throughout the castle and looks out over the side of it, and slumps down defeated, saying without her he is nothing, as he can't find Vhagar. Alice says that he is mistaken and reminds him that she is the one who fled and that the queen is looking for her as well. And he says the queen, and she reminds him that she has told him already that King's Landing had fallen. And he said, I thought I had dreamed it. Of course, he's lost all sense of time while he's been injured and sitting there tripping out in the halls of Harrenhal. So he doesn't know what day it is, right? He's like, okay. And she says that Aegon is dead is what they're saying, and that he killed him. And then this is where we basically get him going on about how he worshipped him as a child and how he tormented him, and yet their mother loved him more. And she mentioned sometimes the one who grieves her is the one that she loves best when it comes to mothers. And he asks, like, who is she? And she's like, one that has been grieved. So what do you guys think of that? Anything? Christina, it sounds like you have a theory here.
Just like, I don't have a theory. I'm just kind of like, Aemon, like, where's your hair straightener, bro? Just like, get it together. Put your eye patch back on, put your leathers back on, and just stop.
I like the eye.
I think it's cool.
The eye is cool, but like, oh my god, like, I was bored. I'm not gonna lie. I was like bored. I was like, what is happening? Like, I'm bored.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah.
She's tripping on Harrenhal.
But her making that statement about like when he's like, who are you? And she's like, oh, one who's been grieved. I wonder like who she birthed. Or I wonder who she lost. Like, what's that story? Because it's like she said something. Anyways, like what is that?
Right.
Like, are we gonna?
What is she alluding to? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like what is happening here? So I think we're gonna get a Melisandre, like old lady, take off your necklace. Like,
yes, absolutely.
I think we're gonna get into something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that is her in there. That old lady from the fucking original.
No, it's not her. It's not her.
No, it's not her.
Yeah. But Melisandre is supposedly alive during this time.
Yeah,
during this time, yeah.
Yeah, so we could see her run into Melisandre at some point. You never know.
They're not going to bring that old actress back from like 20 years
ago. Why not?
She'd suit the part.
JT just wants to see her nude. JT just wants to see her nude again. So
those saggy boobs. Hey.
No, non-lady form. The other.
Non-old lady form. That's no fun.
Yeah, that was one of the most disappointing episodes ever for Jay when he found out that she was she's an ancient woman. Aegon catches up with Larys after his little temper tantrum and finally comes to terms. He seems like he's finally starting to come around to terms with his current situation here. Larys, but then he just goes on to start bitching some more here. Yeah, Larys suggests that they make a move already. Aegon then continues to carry on about his relationship with Aegon and how shitty his life was and how he could have been a better king if only he had been given his advantages in life. He thinks that his mother loved him more than him. He basically just says exactly what we just saw from the last scene with Aemon, and how frustrated he is that the whole realm thinks that he killed him. And then Larys, finally fed up of all his whining, mentions that the whole time that they have spent together so far, that he has continued to whine throughout. He's like, you had every advantage in life and chance to shine. The firstborn son, a dragon so beautiful they named it after the sun itself. You had every chance to become something more great. Instead, you trampled your birthright in the mud, reveling in mediocrity, fucking anything in sight and drinking yourself into oblivion with your shitty friends. To tell you the truth, you were a terrible king, but worse than that, you were a terrible man. He just walks away. Mic drop. One of the best scenes in the episode, quite frankly. I love that he finally put him in his place. Bobcat Driver here, 6930. I don't know whether this has been brought up, but Alice is wearing a similar dress and waist chain to Allison and a similar necklace and neckline to Helena. She's dressed like them to manipulate Aemon. Good eye, Bobcat. Yeah, I never noticed that. That is a good point.
I didn't notice that either. Okay.
Yeah, she's rocking like a green dress, right? I think, isn't she in these scenes, if I'm not mistaken, or is it blue, or what is she rocking here? I think it's like a green dress, is it not?
Oh, is that the bluish green?
It's so dark in those scenes. I have no idea.
Like, it is dark. Yeah, it is dark in those scenes. I didn't notice that though. Good eye, Bobcat. Thanks for tuning in. All right, yeah. So that's what'd you guys think of this Larry scene, putting him in his place? It was pretty great, I thought.
Loved it.
Beat him down a level.
Yeah.
11, I say, listen, this is how most people have to come up. You know what? Let's just get on with it. Let's get on our way.
Well, yes. Quit your
pissed
whining.
all your fucking money away already, and you
quit your whining with all your privilege over there with your rich. I wasn't given any opportunities. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, really, dude?
It's High Valerian. I was speak to High Valerian.
Like Larys is like, I was born a cripple. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, yeah. I love that you chose like his face like for this background of this like episode.
Oh yeah,
because he looks like
it just looks miserable. Yeah. Just I know these I hate these fucking type of people who blame everybody else for their problems. That's who this guy is to a T. It's a purple dress, but the cut of the dress and the velour material is exactly like the last outfit Aemon saw Allison in, down to the long sleeves. Okay, good call.
Oh my God, right. I never even thought about that. That's
I didn't catch that either. Amazing. Very observant. Good call. Yeah. Like you said, it's always dark in those scenes, and I'm not really focused on what she's wearing. So, like, she is definitely trying to manipulate him then with their head games, macho head games.
Oh yeah. That's like her MO.
JT likes it. He likes being manipulated.
I love it,
man. Daemon finds Rhaenyra sitting in the church in this next scene beside that table with all the candles on it. I guess where people go to pray, and he's surprised that she's there. And she says that they expect this of her, some show of deference or regard. And he asked the people or the seven. She's like, both. And she urges him to take a seat as there is no harm in it. He gives her the updates on the murders of the Gold Cloaks, bowels slashed, and how he fears that this is only the beginning. And at this point, they start speaking in High Valerian. And she says, so she was wrong. The enemy is within. And he says that they are killed in daylight with no witnesses. It is one force basically committing these acts and scheming against her rule or against the city watch itself, as they're basically, trying to figure this out amongst themselves. They're kind of pondering all these things. And this is where like they pull that move where someone doesn't speak a language that you speak by you, and they start talking shit about the High Septim, who's like, like one of those moves where like, someone doesn't understand whatever language you may know, like me speaking around them. So she starts talking shit about the High Septim while like the candles.
Pretty much any store you go into.
Like anytime you like we go into like a Korean or a Vietnamese like nail shop, it's like, We tell them what we want, and they immediately start speaking Vietnamese or something,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, they're definitely talking shit about
right. Yeah.
something.
And so that's going on. As the High Septon walks over to light the candles, they continue to speak in High Valyrian about him. And she says, despite him refusing her, the gods themselves had made her queen. Again, she sounds like a broken record. Like, we've seen her bitch about all this shit already here. Like, this is like the second time go around.
Yeah.
Like, even about this argument, honestly, like that she's had, right? Like, are you gonna say, Christina?
No, just how Jay, Ashley, and I are going to communicate with you next. Like, it's about you.
Listen to this idiot telling us this.
And High Valyrian after our Duolingo, lesson.
Master of Bashan.
Then they continue to speak about him, and they sent her a dragon in her time of need. Daemon says true gods don't need septums, and she questions them. Why do the gods turn from her? If this isn't their doing, then who dare stand in her path? Daemon says, what? And you thought it was going to be easy? Like, no one would dispute you? Like, I love how he's like, come on. Like, in High Valyrian, he's like, what's wrong with you? Are you like, I love how he like says this to her, like, so flippantly. He's
did you think there was going to be really no conflict just because you were named heir? You really think there was going to be no conflict?
Even though, like, it's in High Valyrian, you could tell the tone in his voice as he says his story. He's like, really?
So
like,
yeah. Like, you know what? Like, are you that stupid? Come on.
Anna says she would pay to see Jay speak in another language besides English.
I'm still trying to learn English.
Yeah, that's true.
We established that last episode.
Yeah, very much so. So so that happens, and then she says, if this isn't their doing, then who dare stand in her path? And Daemon says all that stuff, and he mentions, you're a woman, Rhaenyra. There will always be those who oppose you. And she bangs her hands, frustrated, repeating, where is Aemon? Where is Aegon? What brews at Tumbleton? And again, she's just spiraling out, and she's slowly unwinding from all the pressure and paranoia of being in this position here. And Daemon says that, listen, you're tired. He pulls that move. He's like, listen, honey, you're tired. I'm going to leave you be.
Fuck. You're so infuriating.
Just like a man. He's like, well, it's my time. It's my time to exit here. He's like,
and he just dips back into the bushes, eh? No,
well, he just knows. He just knows, bro. He's like, well, this was a good talk. I'll see you later.
So frustrating.
It's true though. I was just like, oh, this guy's. I was like, oh, I've played that move before. You're like, well, she's pissed off. All right.
All right, see you later. I gotta go.
I actually gotta go. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I just love how he does this move though, where he fucks off and then he says something as he's leaving to her. You were more than this.
Yeah. Yeah, he threw a shot. Too,
he's like, stay strong.
We'll figure out what's going on.
He's like, whoa, all right. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we are forgetting that she is on her period, right?
We
established this is day. What is this now? Day 5? Is this day 5?
She's still on her period. She's still on her period. Yeah. Oh my god.
That's like the equivalent of like dropping off like a bag of like sour candies and like chocolate and being like, "We good? See you later."
I also like how. But when he says this is where she gets really snippety at him. And she's like, in High Valyrian, she's like, oh, Daemon Targaryen, cunning and bold, and yet you can't find this you can't find this men for me. And she starts making fun of him. This is when she starts demoralizing him, right?
And he's just looking at her like,
all right, okay, I gotta do it.
He's like, oh, all right then. I'll see you later. I'm not gonna win this argument.
No.
Again, just a very real scene. Like I think a lot of people can relate to between like your spouse, like just that arguing.
She's just having a happy. She's just not having a happy period.
This was the one time where Damon's like, "All right, I'm out." He's like, "I'm not." Positive reinforcement on his way out.
Yeah, straight up.
You're better than this. All right, see you later.
Well, you're better than this. Yeah.
Remember who you are.
You're more than this. Yeah, that part was funny. So, Kristen Cole, we're back to this fucking guy.
Oh, God. Can we be done? Can we just skip this part?
Meanwhile, Ormond is playing Stratego with a can, filling his portable and having that. Potpourri bowl, yeah, potpourri, yeah.
Portable potpourri bowl. Yeah. Oh my god!
I read that wrong at first. Portable pork. Yeah, that's right. Last episode, he's like. Honestly, the funniest thing happened. I don't know if you saw. I posted like a short about us talking about like what he was possibly sniffing in that seed on YouTube. I put like a short out. We put shorts out too, guys. If you haven't seen it on my, I should be pumping out more, but now and then I'll put up little clips from this show. Yeah. And somebody in the comments like hit me up, and they're just like, "Yeah, it's called perfume." That's what he was. I'm just like, yeah, thanks for your insight. The person who commented is like, "You fucking idiots, you're talking about." Like, shout out to that guy. If you ever come across this, we talk about it. I got a good laugh out of that. I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Me and Jay, I was just like, is he sniffing coke? She's like, I don't know what that was.
Hi, it's the crack fumes.
Yeah, his potpourri bowl. Yeah, exactly. So Kristen Cole, we're back to him, unfortunately, and his band of merry men are bitching as they make their way through the marsh, hacking and slashing their way through the rough brush, and how they had planned, this way, and for them having to suffer from taking this route. And men are starting to talk desertion, according to Gawain, and how they see no sense in continuing onwards as they grow weaker. Kristen assures him if they cut through the way that they are going, that they may still make it within a day or two for the Tully hosts. So they're not having a good time out there.
Christian Cole's loving it, buddy.
Yeah, he's the only one who's motivated by this shit. Aegon meets up with Larys he's a glutton for punishment, that Kristen Cole. Aegon meets up with Larys in the town and says, just hire the fucking ship. And when he hands him an apple, Larys hands him an apple, Tywin Lannister walks up and says, what ship might that be? And he's alive, folks, as we knew he was. This is the first time we've seen him pop back up since he got
yeeted off the boat.
Since he got yeeted off the boat by that what's her name who got killed in the
Lohar.
Yeah. So he's alive and well, this guy. There he is. Allison and Helena in this next scene, dressed as maids, try to escape in the middle of the night. Helena says that she said that the nurse would meet them with Jaehaera, and Helena's kind of like doesn't believe her, it seems like, and she's like, yeah, she'll meet us, but on the other side. She's just lying, clearly. And Helena is not trustworthy of this, gives her a stare. And then Mysaria catches them in the act as they're trying to pull this off right away. And she confronts her about it when they get back to the room and how she figured out that Helena is the one with child. And Allison says there is no need to tell Rhaenyra. Mysaria says she will not keep secrets from the queen. And and she says to her, like, what will the result even be if you do? You are already at her mercy. Soon enough, she will figure it out. She's gonna, get more pregnant, so it's not a big deal. Just don't tell her right now.
Give her some time. Yeah. Give her some time to get away.
She's gonna be showing more or whatever.
Yeah.
Get more pregnant, boss.
Allison says she heard tales of the white worm before dealing in secrets and extortion and men who had feared her, and how she used to play all sides, just not lapdog to the queen. And this is when she gets in her head, obviously, playing that card now, trying to, say, she doesn't think much of you. She's always going to side with Daemon, right? Knowing that this is, something that's messing with her head as well already. Allison's very clever about this.
She's smart, man.
So quick. She's so smart. Quick.
Christina, I don't know if you caught it, but in this moment, this is when her changing accent comes back. Mysaria, she pulls it back out here. It seems like she's like, she's like, these are rich words from a mouth of a high tower. She pulls off some weird accent here. You remember Mysaria?
I didn't know. Yeah. Oh yes, I know. We talked at great length about this fucking traveling accent.
I can't do the accent justice, but she gets wherever she's from, she kicks back into high gear here when she says this to her. She's like, these are rich words from whatever. She pulls off this accent.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah, she says something like that.
There's an accent change right there.
Rich words from a high tower.
And she tells her from the mouth of a high tower. Yeah, she tells her to think of herself, and Rhaenyra is good, but the weight of the crown will make it so she will always pick Daemon over her. they are two sides of the same coin, which, yeah, I agree. And Helena insists in going out to see the moon in this moment. She's really frustrated by like wanting to go outside like right away. And she says no.
Helena's just like out here, like, you know, Amon's in like Harrenhal tripping out, and she's in the Red Keep like tripping out over here. You know, I need to see the moon.
Allison says she will grant Mysteria a favor from the High Towers if the need ever comes up and presents itself. And this is when she chooses to walk away after leaving things as they are. It seems like she looks like she convinced her for the moment.
Mm.
Apparently, it's canon that all Lannisters are born with the heavy armor buoyancy buff. So there you go. That's why he survived. Surely no one will recognize us. Also, is Alicent losing her religion? Say it in the REM song, willing to give up the necklace. Yeah, they're losing my religion. Sorry, I jumped ahead to the genius plan of sneaking out his mates. Yeah, I know. It's so, yeah, I know. She's the worst at these disguises. Like, she just needs to give up. Last time they tried to flee the city as
in like beautiful, like blue robes. When everyone's in like, you know, shitty dirt,
shit covered, like,
yeah. Surely nobody will recognize us with our hoods up,
like blue robe.
Yeah,
hugs everybody, right? Like bright fucking turquoise or whatever it was. Yeah, so stupid. It's not. Alicent's good at a lot of things. Disguises is not one of them. I'm learning. Couture gowns.
Yeah, couture gowns. Yes.
Rhaenyra appears into the room in this next scene of Joffrey sleeping, and the woman says that he tried to stay awake for you, but failed. So this is because she's embarrassed of the bastard son thing still, right? Is this why she's avoiding seeing him? No. What do you mean? I think this is why. Like, why didn't she
I think she just doesn't. She's just having a hard time. She's got a lot of shit on her mind.
I think that one of the things on her mind is the bastard son thing. I think that's what's...
Of course, yeah, but I don't think that's why she hadn't gone and seen him.
No,
I don't agree. I don't agree with him. I don't think she's ashamed of him, but I think it's like troubling her, all these things that obviously that she's preoccupied with all this other shit she's got going on. But I also think in the back of her mind, it's bothering her so much that she almost doesn't want to see him in this moment.
You think? I think it's just that maybe she thinks she's going to bring harm.
Oh, this is a good theory. I wonder if the moon is a conduit for her visions, dragon dreams. We saw her looking at the moon at the end of season 2 when she traveled into Daemon's werewood dream. There you go, the werewoods, Jay.
Told you, bro. It's the trees, man. Maybe
like medieval Bluetooth. I love it. Yeah,
she's gonna turn into a wolf, bro. She's
like medieval Bluetooth. Yeah, I love it. That's a good point. Maybe she's gonna turn into a wolf.
Yeah, it's like what charges her.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, she starts forming. Yeah, that's it.
Wrong series, Jay. Wrong series.
Trying to blend the two.
So you don't believe that's the case with Joffrey?
No. I think it's like what Jay said. I think she's got a lot going on, but also I think she's devastated that she's had to call upon this child that she's also putting in immediate death. Like she's putting in, like he was third in line to the throne and now he's the next in line. She's losing her children left, right, and center. Like I think she's just afraid to confront this like truth that like he's next and I have to train him and I have no idea what I'm doing, but like also that he's a threat. It's a threat to have him here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I just thought like, again, I don't think she was ashamed of him, but I feel like it's bothered her so much. I feel like, so I just thought that maybe that was why she was prolonging this eventual meetup with him. Right. So I don't know.
No, I think the prolonging is like, then she's going to have to face that. And she's not ready for it yet.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you guys are right. Kristen Cole's men continue to drudge through the Riverlands in very wet and shitty terrain in this next scene. People are collapsing to their deaths. Leeches are attaching themselves to Gwain's leg. And there's an excellent shot here where they pan back and they show like the men all kind of walking through at the end of the scene. Mm-hmm. And you look and there's like 20 of them or something. Like they have like barely anybody left. At least we see walking in this scene. I just like how they obviously they got the close up of all of them in the moment, but then they kind of like they show you like a shot where they show like the whole scene of them kind of going through. I don't know where they are, but it looks like these are great spots that they're filming this season. We didn't even really mention that. There's some really great scenes of them filming in different locations here on the set in this season. And this is definitely one of those really cool shots that I took note of. I thought was really cool.
So can I just ask this one question before we move on? Because my husband, Lewis, he actually asked me this question at this point in the episode. And I couldn't answer him because I just feel like, okay, so like, what is the purpose? Like, what is Kristen Cole doing? Like, what are they doing? what is this army doing?
No, I'm trying to articulate.
Isn't he still working for, like, isn't he still thinking he's doing it for Allison?
So they're like one of those groups of people that got left behind during a war, essentially. Like they're still out they're still fighting for a lost cause, essentially,
for the original cause. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
like
they're still
first fight.
They're still out there right now. They're basically, as we learn at the end of the episode, this guy is like on a death crusade here. Like he just wants to get it over with, and he wants to go down fighting. It seems like he's kind of thrown his life away. It seems like by the end of this, right? And we don't know this in this moment, but I think like what he's trying to do now is he's just out there trying to mess up their approach to Tumbleton, try to mess up like what they have on the go out there, fighting basically whoever's left that is now taking arms under the queen, essentially, right? Like that's all they're out there doing. They're losing a battle, they're fighting a war that is like, it is still ongoing, but they really don't have a place in it currently. That's why Gwaine keeps trying to tell him they need to go back to Tumbleton and join with Ormond. As much as he doesn't want to, he's like, what other options do we have right now? That's my only understanding of what they're doing. There. But I think they're lost. They're lost, essentially. They don't have any purpose anymore at this point, right? Like no one has given them the orders that they have anymore. Like they are just kind of there. Yeah, like it's
okay. That's what I kind of summarized.
Yeah.
I summarized that as well, but I was like, wait, what are they were waiting for Aemond, and then what happened? I was like, I don't even know what the hell they're supposed to be doing anymore. Like, I don't think they have any direction.
No, because they got outsmarted, and then they basically got left out there, and then that's so
they're still waiting for Aemond, really.
Really, what they should have done is when they did hear about Old Town, Tumbleton, they should have went there. Like that is what they should have done. But he was just like, let me cause a distraction for the guys out there that are making their way there. Let me try to do something out here to stop them. Like that was what Kristen Cole's thinking was in that moment. Like,
okay.
So that's kind of what they're doing, I think, in this moment in time. But you're right. They're kind of directionless in terms of like what, and I think that's why he just wants to get this over with. Like he's clearly just like, he's got a death wish waiting to happen here, as we learned at the end of this episode, right? Yeah. And he has no problem taking down these men with him, right? Bobcat. Also, I think she's kind of parked her role of mother for the time being. Yeah, to appear more masculine and kingly. She maybe feels like she can't operate in that capacity anymore until the war is won. Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Good observation. And speaking about the last scene here, Rhaenyra and Joffrey. Who knows, but I feel like he's going to say that he's being a nut job out of love for Allison. Oh, now you're talking about Kristen Cole. He seems like the type. Well, he basically does at the end of this episode. He basically says, like, songs will be sung of me and Allison will hear of them. So, like, he likes
his redheads.
He clearly still has a heart on for her, like, despite her, like, not caring or thinking about him once this whole time.
No, I know. He's pushing forward for her. Yeah.
He really does not give a shit about Kristen Cole at this point. Also, the Rivermen are now ahead and have burned the only crossing to Tumbleton, so they're now stranded in the Riverlands and cut off from Ormond unless they circle back to the east. Yeah, the east and the main roads. Yeah. So you're right, though, Christina. He's right for questioning what they're even doing out there right now, because it is purposeless. Like,
he's so confused. He's like, "Wait, what's happening? Like, what's going on? Like, why is he still here?"
A bunch of men climb off of a mountainside to Harrenhal in this next scene and ask about Aemond. Alice Rivers shows up again and tells them that he isn't there, and then they attack her, calling her a witch, and that they have heard of her before, and she tries to fight back. Scratches one of them, I think, in the face or something here, and then this is when Aemond comes out of nowhere and stabs them all to death. And she turns around to him while on the ground and says, seems that you have taken a turn for the better.
Yeah.
So
They come out fucking swinging, man.
yeah, he kills somebody. He slices like 4 of them or something, I think, in this scene, right? 3 or 4 of them, it looks like he kills, right? So well, that's kind of what all Eamon's good for, is like one burst of energy. He's like a one pump Trump, this guy. He fucking comes through. No, it's true though. He comes through. This is like what he did when he killed all the Strongs. He came through and like killed like 3 of them, and then he got stabbed. And he's like, like if he doesn't kill like 4 people when he bursts up on the scene, he's done. Like if he doesn't like those initial, he's good for like 4 people. It seems like. then forget about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And he's good for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Then he's spent.
Yeah. Laris speaks to Thailand about how they would escape by traveling to Essos from the place they're currently in this next scene. 1 bump, 1 eye, he has a bread. Yeah, this is definitely the funniest episode I think of Watching the Throne so far this season. I like that. 1 bump, 1 eye. That's gonna be my name next time. All right. But they can't make a move yet as they are being watched. But Thailand is resistant due to the conditions of the ocean passage with pirates, dragons, and storms. Lara says that what the fuck did I write here? Oh, Aegon is no, I misspelled whatever I wrote here. Lara says that Aegon is in no state to fight, to which Thailand says neither would he be able to tolerate the Bravosi heat. And then this is where he calls him out. He's like, oh, such distaste for the foreign. He's like, listen, I've lived with these people. Do you forget? I've eaten with them, fought with them, shared everything with them, even their, and he trails off. And I think he's, I guess, talking about sleeping with their women or something there. That's what I got. Yeah. And then, and he's like, yes. And he's like, listen, I know what they are. And then Lara says, in Bravos, I have prepared a place for him befit of a king. Meanwhile, that shit guy, I don't even know this fucking guy's name. I've heard his name. That guy who made him kiss his fucking shitty boot there. He's
oh yeah, shoot, I forgot. Sorry. Yes, go on.
Yeah, he banged Shirako's 12 wives. That's right. There you go. Yeah, because that was the end of season 2, where I think he's with all those pirates, right? That's right. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, we can't trust them, basically. Sorry, what was that guy's name, Christina? Do you know that guy's name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So anyways, that guy's sneaking around in the meantime, like trying to like grab Aegon's bag, like go through his bag as they're all sitting there because they saw them all chatting. And Lannister mentions men riding with him. Larys calls out his cheap sellswords. And then he says, hey, listen, we'll just bring him to Lannisport and ask for more help from there. And Larys calls out his motivation of the Lannisters making Casterly Rock the new seat of the king. He's like, yeah, I bet you'd like that if we went over there. And they continue arguing. And then this is when Aegon sees the guy who's sneaking up behind him, who pulls out his crown out of his bag because he says something to him when he pulls the crown out of the bag. And then he just quickly smothers him and stabs him and says, you may call me your grace, before, like, just leaving him to dead there. Mm-hmm. Janos, thank you. That's his name. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. Whatever his name is, he's dead now. Janos, yeah.
It's like, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. What do you guys think of this scene?
What do I think about this one?
I'm interested to see them traveling with the Lannister. I think that's interesting.
It would be. There's Lannisters we know keep going. So,
you know what I'm a little disappointed by?
Sure.
It's just interesting to see. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. No, what were we gonna say?
No, I was just oh god, what was my train of thought there? I think it was like, it's just interesting to see where this storyline is going, like how this is going to tie back, and like where, like, there's so many options. There seems to be so many options for Aegon right now, or not. Like he seems to be opening up his options now, like, now with the Lannisters and like, so it's like, okay, what's happening? What's going to happen? What's going to bring him back?
Well, that's the thing. There's so many still like interesting things in play here that it could shift the story, the direction of the story of who's in charge or like, you know what I mean? Like at any time, honestly, like with,
oh yeah, 100%.
Which I understand. That's why she's so pissed off that they can't track any of these people down. Right. But meanwhile, in classic Game of Thrones fashion, they're on their own personal journeys out there. Right. So like, I think that's, you know, but yeah, will they make their way back to King's Landing? Almost certainly. Or I think what's going to happen is that these two guys, the brothers, are going to have a collision course out and about out there, and one of them is going to take out the other. Almost definitely, like what that's going to happen. I think that's going down, or they'll just kill each other. I think, and again, I don't know anything. Don't say anything in terms of spoilers out there, guys. If you do know stuff, Christina.
Yeah, we're just following the show. We're not following the book, so
yeah,
you know, please.
So in this next scene, the gold cloaks are all sitting around arguing about how the fact that they are not getting paid wages and how they cannot find the person responsible for killing them. And this is when like Damon, who's like silently like sitting to the side and like listening to all of this chatter, kind of, you know, jumps up, and this is where he actually delivers his rousing speech. To his credit, he does pull off. He gets these men motivated, and he's like, "We will pay you twice of what you're owed once we actually get, you know, to where we gotta go." And he does get these men going, to his credit, and that's when he like shoves it in Largen's face. He's like, "Ah, yeah, the Prince of Flea Bottom, eh? No one remembers me. Look at this.
Yeah.
Check this out. Look at how I've got these men going now." And yeah, he convinces them. I mean, like, that's what I mean. He's a leader of men, this Damon.
He does, man.
He really does. Good. Yeah. So he's like, the 7 kingdoms become 9, become 12, becomes the new Valeria. He like really gets these guys going, you know. So
he's good. He motivated me. I felt like getting up and, you know, go fighting for the cause.
Literally, the guy was bitching in 1 second, and he turns around and they're like, yeah. They're just like, how about our money? You'll get your money. All right. So that was a good scene too. I did like that. And then finally, Kristen's sad men reach a point where the bridge is
fucking watchdog
that lies across a running river that the rivermen have already crossed and burned the bridge behind them, to which they have been now delayed and failed to make their destination in a good amount of time. Gawain, defeated, walks away after saying, "So we have failed," and coming to terms with this, and Kristen continues to stare into space in this moment. Matt Smith is a treat. Magnetic on screen when he speaks, he sit up. Absolutely. He's great. Yeah. Yep. He honestly, like, I remember even going back to the first season, he was like the most standout of characters in that season. I'm like, oh, if this guy's one of the main characters on this show, this is going to be good. Like away, I was like, this guy's I never really watched him in Doctor Who. I know he was one of the doctors. So I haven't seen too much of his other work. I've seen him in a couple of movies.
He was in The Crown too.
Well, I never watched The Crown. Was he good in that? Who did he play in that? Do you remember?
Prince Philip.
Okay.
And he was really good. Like, I mean, like, I know the focus is on Queen Elizabeth, but like he stood out as Philip. Like he was impactful just like as Philip. So
yeah, Ashley's a fan here too. Yeah. So that's good to know. Yeah, I just know, like, in terms of his credits, everyone mentions Doctor Who because, like, you know, those guys are always important because they change up every few years, right? Like he was one of the doctors in that. I think when he was a lot younger, though, if I'm not mistaken. So like, yeah. So no, he's great in this. And I actually love seeing, I don't know if you guys have caught any of the snippets of them doing their press run. He's hilarious, this guy. Like the way he's so like, did you see the clip of him talking about, I don't know if we talked about it on this show. He's talking about Keanu Reeves. Someone spotted him watching Morbius on a flight, and Matt Smith is in Morbius. Like he's one of the bad guys in Morbius. Oh. And he's like, he was watching Morbius. She's like, yeah. Like, she's like, what would you watch on a flight? He's like, well, not fucking Morbius. He's like, he's just so blunt about how shit he knows.
But he's English. Like, it's like that English humor, you know, like they're so blunt.
Well, that's what I mean. It's so great because he's just like, he admits like how shit of a movie Morbius is, even though he's in it. Like, he's just like, I would be the last thing. He's like, he must have went through the whole alphabet of films on the plane. It's like to get to watch that. Yeah, so he plays this smarmy, charismatic, and lovable rogue so well. Absolutely. Yeah, he was in that other movie that came out last year too, Caught Stealing. He was like a punk rocker kind of character in that. I watched
Ashley.
on the Quinn app. What's that all about?
Not
See
even
you
gonna get
laugh.
into it. I can't even get into it.
You don't want to further to discuss this.
I don't have the Quinn app, but I know of the Quinn app. And those
What
of
is-
you who do know the Quinn app, it's
All right, just leave it at that then.
But wait, I have to comment. I was like, I love the word schmarmy. I haven't used that or heard that in so long. Maybe schmarmy. Schmarmy.
There you go.
Schmarmy.
Is this a dating app or some sort?
No. It's like audio. Just
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Just audio. It's audio.
Damon is torturing someone in this next scene. Speaking of Matt Smith with Sir Largent, pulling out a man's eye as he's tied down, trying to get information. And he ends up giving up Ormond and how he said it was the king's work. Gives him the coin with Darren's face on it from his boot. Compliments of King Daeron Targaryen for killing traitors to his throne. Sir Largent is left with him and kills him, basically slashes him with the sword. Sexy audio. Okay, there you go. Well, of course, he's got that English accent. And women love it. Women love those accents. Fucking guys just got to bust out an accent.
Sam Heughan from Sam Heughan from Outlander is also on it.
Oh yeah,
or Jamie Fraser. Sorry.
Okay, very nice.
Anyways. Moving on.
Now she's distracted. Gawain tries to talk to Kristen in this final scene of theirs here and says they may try to return alive at this point to Tumbleton, or I guess second to last scene. You get another small scene at the end. And they've given it their all, and there's not much else that they could do. Then he realizes that he wants to continue to carry on and face them head on with half of the men that they started with.
You guys are fucked.
Let's go. So distracted.
Oh, Ormond on the Quinn app. Dry, did you say? All those dry histories. That's good. There you go. You guys are too much.
So oh man. Sorry, Nico. You're trying to
no. It's just funny. It's funny.
I'm so distracted.
It's all right. He then realizes that he wants to continue to carry on and face them head on with half of the men they started with. Kristen Cole never intended to survive this battle, is what he realizes. He was never trying to win. Our fate was always assured. When we went out, we were sent out to death and defeat. And then he's like offended by this revelation. He's like, I offered you sanctuary, or at least the hope of it. And he's like, you have offered me service to your house. I'm grateful, but I've been a servant all my life, to green or to black, defied myself to their oaths. I will not let them diminish me now. I will not return spurned, rejected. I am the realm's greatest warrior, and I will die as such, clear-eyed, unbent, and glorious in battle. And not in their service, finally, but in my own. And they will sing songs of it, and Queen Alicent herself will hear of them. Gawain just stares at him, like, intently. I thought
he won one tournament 400 years ago.
Listen,
warrior of the realm. What are you talking about?
Listen, he's absolutely full of himself, but I really dug this scene. I like what he said here. I
take that.
I like what he said. No, I get
my own eye with it.
Dying on your own terms. I get what he's saying. Like, that's what he's just basically trying to say here. Yes, he's full of himself and a bit like delusional in his like sense of self, like who he is and how important he is to everything. But like, put that to the side. He's a very proud warrior, whatever, a knight or whatever you want to call him here. He's had some victories. Listen, he's saying I wants to die on his own terms. He's sick. He's sick of having to work for all these guys, and he's like I want them to speak of me in this fashion. I don't know. I really like the scene quite a bit. Jay, you had mentioned earlier. I think you agree with me on this one, right? Like you.
Yeah, he was very. I mean, he did. He's honorable. He's honorable to the death. That's basically what he's doing. He did what he was supposed to do. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Okay, fine, fine.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
he's told. He was really told what to do, and he's doing it a little bit out of obviously
love for Allison.
Love for Allison, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's where he's the most delusional, quite frankly.
Yeah, I know.
But I think, but he never intended to go back. Like,
No.
I don't think that's noble to just be like, oh yeah, you basically take all these men down with you as like on your own personal death wish. I mean, I don't think that's great, but I do understand where he kind of already has reserved the fact that like I'm gonna die out here. Like he never thought he was gonna win, but he's still doing his due diligence, his duty to kind of like to. That's all I say. I agree. I don't love him either. I think he was a bit.
But he didn't need like 2.5 seasons to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's too much. Like it's like too much. Let's move on.
But I think like originally he was faking it till he makes it kind of attitude. You know what I mean? But now like he actually has some kind of like, you know, that's why I think like even Gawain, like the way that he started to look at him up to this point, like it changed over time. You know what I mean? Like I think he proved himself in some regard out there. But whether or not it was because he was a great warrior or just someone who was just acting out of, like, again, just a desperation of wanting to die, I'll give you that. So maybe it isn't such a noble kind of way that he's making it seem out to be, that people are going to sing songs about him and everything else. That's probably not going to be the case. But listen, I can't hate on him for fucking expressing that in this moment. I get where he's coming from. That's all I was trying to say about it. I think he is annoying though still, but yeah, listen, I'll give you that much. But I like, yeah, he's noble. I did like this scene. I did quite like this scene for him. This next scene, Alan is speaking with Rhaenyra when Daemon shows up and shows her the coin and tells her that Ormond has declared him king. We should have burned him when we had the chance, and walks out. So, but they never had the chance. That's what I didn't understand. They never had him. They had that fake. By the way, we haven't seen him. Where'd that kid go?
Where'd the fake one go?
The fake Daron. We don't know where he is. So, and then this next scene, this is where Kristen Cole gives his speech to his men, trying to rouse them up and how much they have endured and how they will carry on. And this is where you see Gawain walk away. He's lost all faith in him now after realizing that he's like has this death wish.
Yeah.
I think Gawain is now going to make his way over to Tumbleton finally. Despite not wanting to go there because he doesn't seem to like Ormond very much, right? So
yeah.
And this is finally here. We're in the last stretch of scenes. These scenes are kind of all playing spliced up together, bouncing back and forth from one from another here. So I'll mention all three of the scenes, but know that these are all happening at the same time. So the cat in Allison's and Helena's room finds a crack in the wall. Like it's kind of starts to act weird, and then they find out that there's a crack in the wall. And then they end up sneaking in there into the dark with their lantern, not knowing where it will lead them, but hopefully they hope that it is an escape from the castle. And then they end up seeing that there's an actual wall there and that they're trapped. And this is when like a cat scurries past them, and then she drops the lantern and the light seems to go out. And they're basically like left in darkness, it seems like, at the end of the episode, and freaking out and not having like a way out of there. So I guess we'll find out what happens next episode, but that's where they were left. Then you get the scene where you do see Gawain. I mentioned it earlier, but this is actually where it happens. You see him kind of walk off from the pack of people and go into the woods, like leave them in that moment. And then finally, the biggest crazy moment at the end of this episode here, Daemon in the middle of the night comes across a crazy murder scene when going to find Sir Luther, it seems like, in the middle of the night. That's basically him and all of his men. I think this is what's left of the Night's Watch, of the King's Watch, quite frankly, of the Gold Cloaks there. City Watch. That's who he controls, not the Night's Watch. And then Daemon, he sees them 9 in total on the table there, all dead, with a message in blood written on the wall behind them that says "A feast for traitors."
Yeah.
So
it looked like the Last Supper, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very biblical, like very.
So I think you're right. What you were alluding to earlier, it definitely is some sort of a religious zealot. It seems like of some sort here that's working for, I guess.
Yeah, Ormond Hightower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like the implication that even as a child, Ormond was a sore loser and Gawain would always let him win the race to the top of the high tower to prevent a biblical crash out. Yeah, it's like they've kind of been feeding us like little lines here and there from him, kind of like talking about how he didn't like him when he was younger, and like Allison mentions that to Rhaenyra, and when she's asking her for information, and she thought he was cruel. He thought he was cruel, but like he thinks that about a lot of people. And then there's like this he mentions like there's a couple of times during Kristen Cole's journey where he's like, yeah, I guess we can go to Tumbleton. I don't want to do that though, but we have no choice or something like. So you can tell that he like doesn't like it's his uncle, right? Ormond is it, right? I believe it's his uncle, right? Is it his uncle?
No, because it's not Allison's uncle. I think they're cousins.
Cousin? Oh, it's her cousin. Okay.
I think they're cousins because it's like Allison. Yeah, they grew up together. So I'm assuming I don't think it's uncle.
Okay.
I think it's cousin.
Okay. Yeah, you know what though? After we've kind of like talked through some of the scenes this episode, though, yeah, I definitely did like it more than the last episode. There's some good stuff. Or cousins. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for that, for the clarification. There's some good plots building here. There's some interesting things going on this episode. I did really like, at the end of the day, some of the stuff that's happening, and the way they ended the episode is pretty crazy. So I'm really looking forward to see what happens left. But to your point at the start of the episode, Christine, there's only 3 episodes left, so they better still have some big things planned going into this finale here, because who knows when we'll get that next and final season, right? So I really hope that they leave us with something good here, and I hope that they're ready to give us that next and final season next summer, hopefully. Not none of this
hopefully
none of this 2-year bullshit anymore, right? Because if not, unless they have another show waiting to bust out in its place next summer with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, then I would really like to kind of bring this home here. I'm sure the actors would like to too. Like, you know, these guys want to move on to other projects as well, I'm sure, right? Like, they can't just have these guys.
Yeah, what is this now? Are we on like year 5 of this?
Yeah. I would say so. Yeah, I believe so. Right?
But
from when the first season aired.
Yeah.
Because I think there was 2. I think first season to second season, I think it was just a little bit more than a year. And then there was I think it was like a year and a half, right? And then there was a 2-year gap between season 2 and season 3.
Mhm.
So it's at least 4 years, if not 5. It's at least 4 years. No, it's got to be 5, right?
It's probably 5. Like it's like, come on.
Yeah. No, I know. It's time to bring it.
Come
home.
on. Like
we're
ready to take it home now.
But yeah, other than that though, not a bad episode. It's okay. I can bust out a ranking if anybody's interested. I would say probably, I don't know, man. First and second were really good. Between those two, I don't know which one I would put above the other. No spoilers, but there is a chunky action sequence next week, not on the level of the Gullet, but still sizable. Episode 8 will have another big action set piece on a similar level to the Gullet. Okay, so there's still some big fights, some battles to happen yet. Good to hear.
Well, they have to. They're gonna battle in Tumbleton, so I know that's coming.
Yeah,
and they keep mentioning like the battle with the God's Eye, so I don't know when that's gonna happen, but maybe in season 4. Maybe they're saving that one for season 4.
Yeah. I would probably say, you know what? I do really like that 3rd episode a lot. I would probably say the 3rd episode, surprisingly, I would still put it maybe above the first 2 somehow. Then like the first 2 are like tied. I'd probably go like 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
5, 4. Those are my rankings from number 1 to number 5 in terms of like this season so far. I just love the Rhaenyra POV, the way the whole episode was structured. Obviously bigger and crazier things happen in those first 2 episodes, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I think those episodes are excellent that we started out, which were supposed to be the finale the 9th and 10th episode of last season, I know, originally. I think those are excellent episodes. All the big story beats, all the shit that happens in it. Yeah, I just really love that 3rd episode. So I'll probably go 3, 2, 1, 5, 4 as my ranking. I'd probably put it. How about you guys in terms of your favorite episodes so far?
I mean, obviously the first 2, but those, are coming off of last season, right? So
Yeah, no, absolutely, Bobcat. Yeah, we were agreeing.
I'm probably
we were agreeing on that at the top of the episode. We talked about that. These are just moving the story plots along to get to the big moments for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably say 1, 2, 3, 5, 4.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you put 1 over 2 though.
Yeah, that the Battle of the Gullet was like, I watched that episode like I don't know how many times, like a bajillion times. I
Mhm.
really liked it, and then I really liked, you know what? Maybe 2. You know, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go 2, 1, 3, 5, 4.
So then I feel like the only difference between you and me is that I put 3 above 1 and 2. Otherwise, we pretty much have the same ranking of episodes.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay?
I just think
I haven't thought of
Yeah.
that much to really put which episodes are like. I mean, I like the first 2 obviously, but I don't really have an actual order yet. Until I see this whole season, maybe I'll figure it out. But I don't have. I just am excited to just the anticipation of what's coming up next for us.
There you go. Jay, a true fan, doesn't even want to rank them in real time. He's like, I refuse.
Boo.
Still got 6, 7, and 8.
Boring.
Bobcat 2, 5, 3, 1, 4.
Ooh, 5.
Wow, 1 is
Ooh.
so low. Interesting. Yeah, 2 is really good. I definitely put 2 above 1. But you thought 5 was number 2. So this episode is your second favorite episode. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's
Okay,
a
I
lot
like
of stuff
it.
to pick apart in this one, right?
Yeah, there is. There absolutely is.
A lot of things almost teeing it up, like you said.
I think it's inarguable. Like we all have 4 last. It seems like Ashley 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Is that the exact same as Christina? Yeah, 2, 1,
Yeah, I
3,
think
5, 4. Yeah,
2, 1, 3.
so I
Yeah.
think 4 and 5 are equal to me. I gave the slight edge to 5 over 4, quite frankly. But it's interesting to see Bobcat put it so high in his ranking there, and there were some good moments in this episode. I think in comparison, 5, I give the slight edge to, but I agree with you. They are very close, 5 and 4, in terms of where they, how good they were. But that's so she has the same ranking as you do as well. Then, so okay, yeah,
Great minds.
I think overall this has been a solid season, though. I mean, I get what you were saying. At the start.
No, it's great. I don't want to complain. I don't want to complain too much.
I've read the book. The Gullet set piece was spectacular, but a lot of the episode felt very catch up the audience because it's the season premiere rather than the episode 9 season 2, which it should have been. Yeah, we talked about that when it happened. I agree, but I think because of that reason and because of the way season 2 ended, like with the thud, like it was very anticlimactic after building up a bunch of stuff. I think that's why I really appreciated it, because out the gate, a bunch of action kind of happened that we were waiting on for 2 years. So you're right. In retrospect, I'm sure that had something to do with our personal enjoyment of the episode. Like if we didn't have
definitely.
If that wasn't the case, maybe we wouldn't have been as hungry for it, right? But I think it actually, I think the fact that they weren't able to air those episodes because of the strike or whatever else, or like the reason they weren't able to produce them in the first place, I think actually worked to their advantage with the way that it started out. But that's interesting that you think that other than that, like the fact that you've read the book, you're comparing it even to that in that sense, that it wasn't the strongest in that regard. So yeah, that's interesting. So all right, so I guess unless you guys have anything else to add, we'll wrap it up here. I do want to remind everybody, I think next week we're going to be recording on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. instead of Tuesday. It's usually kind of between Tuesday or Wednesday. Thank you for all the chat here today. Some great comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, everybody. If you're not, we will be continuing to do the show live for the next 3 weeks, either on like Tuesday and or Wednesday. Or Tuesday or Wednesday. We will be recording these episodes live, usually around 9:30 p.m. We put out posts about it on our YouTube channel to notify people. And don't forget what was it again? What did I say it was going to be?
One pump, one eye.
You get a pirate thing, yeah, dude. I'm telling you.
One pump, one eye. That'll be my name next week. I won't forget that. And actually, Christina is going to be taking the reins of the maester of information there next episode. She'll be the one guiding us through the scenes of the episodes, because I'll just be coming back. So it'll be fun. It'll be good to have you take over the reins again there in that regard. So
I'm excited.
yeah,
I'm
it'll be
looking
good.
forward to it.
So there you go. Christina will be the MC there next week, taking us through all of the scenes. Make sure to
Mic drop.
Make sure to tune in live at 9:30 next Wednesday. And like I said, follow us. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to be sad when this is done, guys. I really enjoy this. Like Ashley was saying, every week it is fun to get together with you guys and chat the show. And
let's go back and rewatch it all over again.
Yeah, it's just going to be sad. It's going to be sad when we're done this again. So
we can what the frick is the word? Oh my God, my brain is like whatever.
Revisit, rewatch,
revise, revamp, whatever the podcast. Late night chat. Will you stop doing?
Oh, bring late night chat back. Oh yeah, I'm sure people are looking like want that to happen. I don't know about that one. You never know. You never know though. But
crazier things have happened in this world.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So all right, so we'll leave it at that, guys. Make sure to, like I said, tune in next week, and we'll see you then. Thank you to Christina and JT as always, and thanks everyone.
Thank you, Nico.
Later. You too.
Welcome to the show, everybody.